106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Welcome to the Goddamn Podcast with Drew and TJ. Let's get this goddamn thing started.
You're goddamn right.
Boom.
Shakalaka.
Shakalaka. And there is the Don't Matter. There is his baldness himself. And
His baldness.
His deafness. When I clicked the link for the show, my wife was talking to me, and my audio levels for my cartoon that I was working on was way down. So I had my headphones turned all the way up, and my wife was talking to me. I click on the link for the show, and it's like screaming, like it was even loud for her, even though it was my headphones on my head. It was like, God damn, headphones flying off, like staring into fucking space for 5 minutes.
Seeing like little stars in front of your eyes and shit.
That's
Well,
great.
Unfortunately, you still have a couple of stars in front of your eyes, Doc Matter.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh, fucking zing right off the fucking bat.
Oh
I
wait,
love it.
you're right. I can see a reflection of myself in the monitor.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Had to fuck it up, didn't you, Dark Matter?
Yeah.
Just had to do that.
Everybody knows who's popular on YouTube and who isn't here, all right? What are you
Right.
drinking there, Drew? Guinness.
Guinness Extra Stout.
I'm kind of, every time they have this on sale now, I go buy it. The Yingling. The light, you know what? Usually, I only like lights when it's like Pilsners, obviously, which are light and stuff like that. But this light lager is actually pretty damn tasty still.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised you're not drinking a shooting, hookin', licking Hackenbacher this time.
Doppelbock. It's a
Whatever.
Doppelbock.
Whatever the hell it was.
It was a spot.
You go take your Nazi speak at somewhere else. This is America.
Tell him, Dark Matter. Tell him.
Shit. Anyway, let's see announcements. We did our first patron only show. So if you're a patron and you didn't get the email for whatever reason, the message was sent through Patreon, so you can just go check that for the link to watch the unlisted episode up on YouTube. Now, we've been trying to troubleshoot that video lag issue that people are complaining about on the YouTube uploads. So it appears like it was much improved on that patron-only show, but obviously that's a limited amount of people who can give us feedback. So if you're watching this on YouTube and it gets real laggy or whatever, please do let us know. Give us like a timestamp in the comments. I'll check it out. And, you know, we're trying... The first step was getting a newest version of XSplit, which we use to broadcast, and we've done that, and that's the number one thing you have to do to see if it works. We really don't have time to do tests or whatever, so this will be the first test. Do let us know, or our second test after the patron-only show, but let us know if it's smoother now with the videos, because some of the videos, when they get choppy, it kind of ruins it. So we're trying to fix that. Obviously, we don't want to have shitty quality uploads on YouTube. So we are aware of that and working on it.
Yep.
Secondly, everything is still on track for the Vegas, California trip, which is quickly approaching now. It's like a month away. What are you wearing? Judas Priest, nice.
My British Still t-shirt.
Anyway, so all that is still on track. It'll be Wednesday, the 17th of February, that we show up in Vegas. On the 21st, we drive to California. And then on the 24th, we fly out of LAX. So those plans are solid. We still have our second patron-only show of the month to do, obviously sometime later this month. And we will keep you informed of that. But since we just did one, it'll probably be a week or so before we get around to the second.
Yeah, dude, and I was going to tell you one more thing for Vegas is Medieval Times. That won't take up a lot of time, but I have to go because I missed it in Dallas. They are closed on the fucking weekend. Can you believe that?
Really?
Yeah, I went to Dallas, and like Penn and Teller and all that shit was Friday night, and I was like, that's cool. I'm here tomorrow. Like I have Saturday open. I'll go see them. I'll go over there and I'll check out fucking Medieval Times. Like look
Ever
it
done
up.
Medieval Times?
No, I've never been to one.
All right, we can do that. It's
Yes.
a little bit pricey, but it's not that bad.
We'll do it because I want a winch to bring me mead.
You gonna pull a like cable guy?
We'll get out there and me and TJ will battle. Da, 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 da.
I don't even want to see Drew without a gigantic turkey drumstick in one hand.
In like a fucking giant ass mug of beer. Hell yeah.
Sounds like fun. We can definitely do that.
And also-
yeah, we're still trying to come up with all the exact activities we
little-
want to do.
Little tidbits. And also, Tej, tell them what's the show?
Oh, this is the 52nd show, which means this is basically 1 year's worth of the goddamn podcast. Now, technically, our first episode was on the 20th of January last year. But just the way it works out, this is our 52nd episode. So, yeah, this is 1 year of the goddamn podcast. And I hope you guys have been enjoying it as much as we have. I've said it before. We have a blast on here, and we all look forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Even
That's
Dark Matter goes out of his
like
way to pay even less attention to his family than he normally does to be here every Tuesday night.
Like he needed another excuse.
We appreciate the hell out of it.
Actually, they forced me to do the show because they feel sorry for you guys and they wanted me to throw you a little bone. It's charity work.
No, just telling the truth. It's blackmail. We've got something on Dark Matter.
Dark Matter writes this off on his taxes.
You realize that's 156 hours, right? 152 times 3, yeah. 156 hours of show.
Roughly. Some of them went longer. A couple of them went shorter. But yeah, probably more like 175, I would say, because we had a few that went really long. We were just being troopers about it. We had too much material. I don't know. Is tonight going to be one of those nights, Drew?
I have to work early tomorrow, so no, tonight's not going to be one of those nights.
Drew ruined it for everybody.
But god damn it, we do have a fuck ton of material.
Well,
I didn't even get all the Facebook requests because we have so much goddamn material. We'll save those for like a future show.
The stuff that isn't time sensitive is usually the best to hold off.
Just goofy shit.
Oh, god damn. It's getting frothy in here.
I'm going to start it off early. I'm going to do it the right
Get him a
way.
little closer, Drew. Oh, yeah, a little closer. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. What did I do? Twat junkies. Oh, wait, that's not good. No. Rectum junkies.
Rectum junkie, huh? You fucking testicle booger.
Testicle booger. The fuck?
Dude, why am I getting all these
Whoop.
I keep getting these good ones for you guys. Cunt jammer, cunt tickler. No, that's good ones. Hang on.
Slut fungus?
Diaper dumpster. You couple of fucking diaper dumpsters.
That's actually not bad right there.
TJ's going to use that one at work tomorrow. Fucking diaper dumpster.
Schlong sniffer?
Dark Matter strikes me as the schlong sniffing type.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, my own. I can't help it. Sometimes it just flops up there.
Jesus Christ. It reminds me of that fan art someone did where you're standing like 5 feet behind me, but your penis is somehow still
Yeah.
moving over into my mouth.
Yeah. Dude, that was old school. Was that Rickenbacker?
No, that was like someone drew it from scratch.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
It was drawn from life, actually.
I wouldn't even want something like that.
Let's see. Another thing when we were talking about trying to help out with the lag is I'm not loading the videos into XSplit. We're just going to pull them up. So I have to size them and the volumes. And
So for shorter videos, you got to make sure you pause them right away.
well, I try, but kind of they start before I can even pull the menu up.
You can change that setting.
How?
So that they don't. I'll let you know afterwards in XSplit, so we won't have to deal with it next time.
I'll
But you
say
can
that.
change it so you have to hit play before they start.
Oh, dude, that would be a huge help.
Yeah, no problem. I'll look into it and maybe someone else knows. Maybe I'll look into it during the first break, and we can just change that setting real quick.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, fuck it. You ready to kick this bitch off?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you got?
That's it. Do you want to go? Do you want to go? Do you?
Do you you guys aware of why dogs do that?
No.
Is it something to do with
it's-
their hearing or something?
Yeah, when they are trying to hear something better, sometimes they'll turn their head because it puts their ears on, I guess, different like levels or whatever, and I guess it helps them to hear better. I mean, obviously, that's fucking adorable, but and at least that's what I've heard, or I believe I actually read that somewhere.
TJ totally just made that shit up on the spot.
I've been wrong. Like I've said, I'm wrong all the fucking time. I guess on the last show I said something about they didn't even call it World War II until after, and I was wrong about that. Someone called me on it, and I looked it up, and they were totally right. They were referring to it as the Second World War as early as like the 30s.
I thought you said that about the First World War.
The First World War was the Great War.
Yeah,
they called it.
They didn't call it the First World War until afterwards, but I believe I also said the Second World War,
Okay.
And I was wrong about that. So, I mean, I'm wrong about all kinds of shit. I'm just going off of, like, off the top of my head. I'm not researching
Quote
every
him.
little fucking thing I say.
Somebody quote him in the chat. TJ said, like, I'm wrong about all kinds of things. Or I'm
It's
wrong all
true,
the time.
though.
What did he say?
I'll probably be wrong about 5 more things during this fucking episode, but that's okay. And I love when people point out that I'm wrong, because guess what? I won't make that mistake again. And
Okay, good. Then you've been wrong about bald people this whole time.
No, see that I already done the research. I watched this video. I watched this.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, TJ.
No, I was gonna say I watched this video done by this guy, and he pretty much proved that like all the bald people are evil. Can't remember his name. It was Dark something. But yeah, he pretty much laid it down in one video, and I understood that bald people are in fact bad people. And this is proof, because look at this guy and how terrible he looks.
This video is called "The Cure for Bald."
Yes.
Dark Matter's triggering so hard right
For
now.
real. He's like, wait a second, where can I get this place's phone number real quick?
He's got like his little pad out and shit. And he's all fucking writing down.
No.
Buy Elmer's glue.
I was just contemplating how we can put a person on the moon, but we can't. We gotta still fucking use Elmer's glue to put hair on somebody's head.
Do what?
Sorry, this is like loud as shit.
I'm sorry, I'm
Kinda
turning it down.
pointless. Here we go. It's like an
If you run this backwards, it looks like she's scalping him.
Yes. That's fucking great. See, Dark Matter, that's all it takes to be a decent human being.
Damn.
Dude, that looks really real.
That's real.
It looks doesn't Dark Matter. You've got money, you know. I bet if you sold your Lotus, you could afford to have this done every day for
Bullshit.
a month.
Look at Trump. Trump's got money too.
You just can't solve shitty hair. Is that what you're saying?
Dude, that's actually really cool. It's so real looking. I respect that
I
guy
feel
so
really
much
bad
more
for this
now.
guy. This guy went bald so early. I had a friend like this. Look at the difference.
Wow.
Jesus.
He looks so cancer free on the right.
Now, would you feel betrayed? Like any women in the chat? Oh, let's be honest. There's only one woman in the chat, Misty, right? Would you feel betrayed if you like went out with this guy and didn't know about that, and found out about it after you were in a relationship with him?
It would be really hilarious if, like, she was telling her friends after the first date, be like, "Dude, he's cute and he's got really great hair. and and then the friends meet him on like an off day when the place is closed or something. Like, I thought you said he had great hair. Just like I thought he did.
Oh, I'm sorry, Legion Bunny. Okay, there's more women in the chat.
Yeah.
I missed all these other names.
There's Jay Jones, Peachy.
Peachy's. Then they're all
Okay.
pissed. They're all pissed though.
Yeah,
I'm
Godless-
sorry. I apologize.
Godless
I
Lesbian.
didn't.
You don't think someone named Godless Lesbian is a female?
You're right.
telling you.
It's just that Misty's. Her name is always coming up, so that's the one I thought of first. And
We have quite a few like female patrons,
Yeah.
man. Respect.
Yeah, mad respect for putting up with us.
But he looks like a totally different dude. But also, you can tell from the picture here, they did more than just his hair. I mean, he looks
So
pale
my
as fuck
question
in the
is:
first
is
picture.
this like for the perfect crime? Do you get the hair put on, go like rob a place, and then like in the getaway car, you're like ripping your hair off, and then they're like, "I thought you said the guy had brown hair. I got like no hair, bro. I'm innocent."
That's what Dark Matter would do if he was a villain in the movie. You know, like at the end, normally they'll like take off the mustache or whatever. Dark Matter just like rips off this fucking fake hair.
They say that
I'd have hair. I'd have my wig on. I'd have a beard, the sunglasses. It would all come off after I got out of that bank.
they say what you want to do is wear something like a really obnoxious T-shirt or something like that, or like a bright pink hat or something like that, because that's all that people will be able to really recall. It's that like one thing that really stands out when they're trying to describe you. And they might get your height or whatever, but like, you know, he was wearing a bright pink baseball cap. He's going to be the number one thing that everyone says, and all you have to do is toss that cap and, well, burn it probably with all the DNA and shit going on now.
Yeah.
Have you
Does
guys
everybody
watched
in the chat know how to rob a bank now?
have any of you guys watched the Making a Murderer yet?
Not yet. I've been hearing about it more since you mentioned it.
It's really good. Nancy Grace was like, I was actually going to
hear
put
you.
one of her videos in this show because she was defending herself because they put her in there and she was like giving 9 reasons why he did it and shit like that.
Well, you sent me a Nancy Grace video we're probably going to get into later.
Oh, well, maybe I did. And
I was going to say, this is the epic return. It's the 1-year show. So,
Yeah, and then-
how fitting. We'll do a fucking return of Nancy Grace.
you guys have not watched all of the episodes. In the very first show, we covered Nancy Grace and 2 Chainz. And like, won't you think of the children when he was like talking about smoking weed? Oh,
hear
God,
you.
hate Nancy Grace.
Was it, don't put me in a pot and stew me, something like that? So fucking retarded. Oh my God.
So bad. I remember we didn't cover this on the show, but I remember one time they had it set up where it was the same news station had 2 crews, and they'd set up on opposite sides of a parking lot, and were doing the report as if they were in different areas. You know, and then so these people had gone through the video and shown like, okay, when this like red minivan pulls into the parking lot,
Yeah.
you see it on this camera, and then like 20 seconds later, you see it pull behind them because they're in the same fucking parking lot.
Yeah.
That kind of shit it's just really underhanded. You can't trust a lot of the fucking media and the news, and it's a lot of tabloid journalism and shit.
You can't trust a lot of things, like this bald guy in this video.
Bald people untrustworthy instantly.
Hey, I never tried to hide my baldness, except for the one show.
I gotta
If you could though.
kind of respect that, Dark Matter, because I mean, this guy, he looks like a totally decent guy on the right, but
Wait a
that
second.
character on the
He's
left.
saying you've only been on camera twice in the whole year, all right? And one of those times you wore a wig. So that's literally half of the time you've been on camera that you have been trying to cover your baldness.
Fair point.
Sir, if the lottery had those kind of odds, it wouldn't be up to $1.3 fucking billion right now. By the way, I'm putting a pact out there. If you are a goddamn patron and you win the lottery, you must up your patronage. And we will reciprocate. If any of us wins the lottery, we're going to pay each of the patrons $1 million.
Damn.
That's
What?
only 80 mil. That's only 80 mil. We got 80 patrons right now. I'll make this legally binding. But you also, if any of you win, have to, reciprocate.
Yeah, sure.
Wait a minute, I'm a patron. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But
Go ahead.
if you win, you have to reciprocate. Do you play?
No.
No. I bought 10 of them, $20 worth.
I mean, you have a better chance of getting hit by lightning.
Oh, it's one in over 290 million.
Yeah, it's 270, 290 million.
Because,
something like that.
like I explained before, they've raised it from, I believe it was 1 to 59 before, and now it's 1 to 69.
TJ, should I play the video?
Oh yeah,
The video is so good.
yeah. This is from the last patron only show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Filling out bubbles here. I want to turn some of these people around and ask you guys, sir, can I ask you what your lucky numbers are?
I'm gonna pick 14, 24, 2, 7, and 15.
Oh, those are your lucky numbers. Can I tell you what? Do you know your chances of winning?
Slim to none.
Slim to none. You're right. Let me tell you, it's 1 out of 292 million. What do you think about that?
I knew it.
You knew it. Your numbers are lucky, though. Am I right? Can I ask you if you want
Here we go. If you
all the money? What would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay, that's not good. We were hoping for a different answer. That's probably not the answer
Looking
that
for
we're
a
looking
different answer. What answer are you looking for? You ask a fucking complete stranger what you would do with I'm sorry, if they won the lottery, which is 1 in over 290 million chance.
Bill,
got a ridiculous amount of money. They're going to say all kinds of crazy shit. Although I still stand firm that I'm not the type of person, even if I was to like strike it rich, that would go out and buy like retarded like sports cars and shit. I'd probably just be like, give me the nicest Honda you got on the lot.
He's like,
or
no.
something
He's like, I wouldn't go buy all that, but cocaine and hookers does sound pretty appetizing.
But I would like to think of myself as not like becoming a different person just because I have more money.
It'd be hilarious. If
Although,
TJ
although
wins.
obviously getting a bunch of money might do that. You can't really tell unless you strike it rich. But I would like to think that I wouldn't overdo it. I wouldn't go buy like some 25-room mansion that I didn't need or some shit like that. That I would take care of myself and my family and my friends, people I cared about, shit like that. But that I would probably give a lot to charity, shit like that. Especially that amount. If you just get $1 million, you don't have a whole lot of play there nowadays.
Yeah,
with $1
but
million.
1.3 billion, dude.
That's a totally different
Yeah.
story. And
Yeah.
even after the cash payout, taxes, and all that, you're still walking away with a fuck ton of money, way more than any one person can really spend. And unless you're a complete douchebag that thinks he's going to be like the next Donald Trump or some shit, you should probably give some of it to fucking people that are more in need.
Have you heard that a lot of lottery players say that winning the lotto was the worst thing that ever happened to them?
Oh yeah, it says because it changed them. Like it took them out of their normal environment that they were pretty much happy with, and like people come out of the woodwork and shit like that. It's not always tons of fun. You guys remember Lost? What was it, Hurley? What happened to him when he lost? You guys
No.
never watched Lost?
No.
Oh.
Anyway, all these numbers that he won the lottery with kept like haunting him, and it had pretty much ruined his life. He had been like cursed after he won the lottery. He bought a mansion, it burned down. Like all it was shit like that constantly happening to the poor guy.
Damn.
It's because they don't they have that instant money without learning how to deal with it. Like if you build up a large amount of money over time, you learn how to handle it, how to maintain it, how to be responsible with it.
They say the first thing you do if you would win a shitload of money is like hire an attorney and then hire like someone to handle your finances and like right from the get-go, because you don't, like you just said, you don't have the experience of what to do, where to put that money. You don't put $100 million in the bank. That's just, unless you're that's just really stupid, especially if it's only federally insured up to like $100,000.
It's federally insured. At least it used to be like either 200 or 250. But either way, I mean, if you win 1.3 billion dollars, that's way you don't go around like I'm going to put $800 million in like the local bank.
I'm gonna, and the rest under my fucking mattress.
Yeah, I mean, but wouldn't it be hilarious if a guy like TJ won, immediately sells out, like immediately, like the next day? Fuck that! Like he starts doing the show in like suits and shit, and
Oh yeah,
he's got like a guy like measuring him and stuff like that, and
constantly. I don't have time for you plebs.
check out my new Lotus, bro.
He gets his creative cursing book, diamond encrusted.
Yeah, I'd have like an extra large Lotus built for me.
Let's see. Oh man, we're gonna get a copyright for that one. Let's try this. So, what is going on here?
This guy's really drunk.
Right.
He's trying to like gather himself together. It's not going to work well. He's whatever's about to happen to him. He's going to feel the fuck out of it tomorrow, and someone's going to have a lot of fun with it right here.
Jesus fucking Christ, the internet. God damn it.
I tell you, he's going to feel the fuck out of that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm
that's
hitting the thing, the radiator repeatedly like that to a rhythm.
to a rhythm. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, that's actually probably only like one football game's worth of hits to a fucking NFL player, unless you're the kicker.
Let's try this one.
People in their vertical video.
Yeah. By the way, this one's called Bitches Be Crazy.
This is, I guess, his ex-girlfriend or whatever. This is a little bit long, but it gets insane at the end. I guess we could skip around towards the middle.
Terry just threatened to bust my windows.
She just keyed his car.
Oh, damn.
She just hit my vehicle right there in the back. Then she pulls off and scrapes my vehicle. That right there is where she hit my shit from behind earlier. Now she's pulling off. She thinks that's cool. What is she gonna try to hit my shit? What is she gonna do?
What's her problem?
He actually explains it. You could probably just keep it running.
Let's see what she does. She's climbing into the back of the vehicle. I have no idea what she's doing back there. I don't want any...
Okay, well, you want to take bets? Oh, TJ's seen this. Me and Dark Matter haven't seen this. Are we thinking a bat? A tire iron?
I don't know, but I just had this thought, like this is the urban version of Steve Irwin. You know? What's she gonna do now? She's in the back.
So, look, this one looks really pissed off. Let's film it. Jump on her back.
Issues with her. She's not even supposed to be here. She has 2 open cases against me, both of which
she's not indigenous.
Retracted.
So he just explained it a little bit right there. She's not even supposed to be there. She has 2 open cases against him.
They're her original statements. So she claims I'm abusing and harassing her, but clearly I'm not. Okay, she has something in her hand to bust windows with. She just bust my window, and now she's leaving.
Damn. I've got to see how this plays out. Like, we're all just like so into it, like sipping beers.
She just moved her car so the other car could get by.
I've never
It's like she's
understood people parked in the middle of the street.
This is the window she just bust.
Damn.
For no reason. Because I wouldn't open the door, but obviously I'm not going to open the door.
Well, he's smart to film it.
At my brother's house one time with false accusations of me putting my hands on you. And then she pops up at this very house in October, I believe. And she basically, and that's when I give her a chance. I let her come in, grab her few things that were here, which wasn't much, but she made it seem like a big deal. I trusted her enough to let her in and get her things. And what does she do? She smashes my TVs and, you know, all of this in front of the kids, then calls the police. I'm dealing with DSS and court cases and all of that behind this woman, Terry Thompson, who has just keyed my vehicle, threatened to come back, smash my windows, rear-ended my vehicle right there under the license plate, and has just returned to impromptly, whatever the term would be. But she comes here and does a random smash on my window. Why? I don't know.
This poor guy's being stalked. Damn, she keyed the sheet out of it.
Evidence. Terry just keyed this out of my car. I actually just got painted over because she sideswiped it.
Oh shit, she just tried to kill him.
Yup.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Go back a little bit. I want to see that one more time because that was fucking close.
Oh, too far.
That would have
to impromptu.
I mean, that wouldn't have killed him, but that, well, it could have. I mean, it would have crippled
crushed his legs.
Does a random smash on my window. Why? I don't know. Video evidence. Terry just keyed.
I can't believe he was quiet after that happened. Like, what the fuck?
Over because she sideswiped it. Terry just did that.
He's so calm. Terry just did that.
Like, what the fuck?
He's in like shock. It's a state of like disbelief. That's insane.
And there it is.
What the dude? That is amazing.
Smashed my vehicle.
This dude's probably had like a horrible fucking life. If some shit like that, he's just like, again.
Yeah. She keeps going.
Terry right there.
She's not done.
To smash my vehicle. She knocks my vehicle into my neighbor's vehicle.
Dude, that dude needs to get back in the house,
she's
man.
Reversing.
Back in the house, bro. I'm like worried for this guy.
I'm going inside because I want to avoid any further issues. Okay, I think she's gonna finish up. I think she's finishing up on the car.
Gonna treat me? After all the shit I've done for you, this is how you treat me, right?
Jesus.
She has just smashed my window.
So
my rear windshield.
Fucking insane, man.
This is why you can't just stick your dick in any old place. You gotta be careful where you put that.
Crazy. Terry Thompson. She's calling me now.
And she's calling him now.
Crazy. I've done way too much for this girl for her to ever do something like that to me.
Jesus.
That's insane.
Listen to Dark Matter, kids. Listen to Dark Matter.
Didn't we cover one where it was like people were getting a divorce and she was like, "It's my car anyway," and she's just beating the fuck out of it. And he's like, "Okay, well, you're destroying your car then." It's like, she's like, and she's doing like damage that I think it was a convertible, and she was doing the damage that like cannot be undone on a convertible. You know, like smacking the shit out of like every open area to put dings in it so that you can't just bang them out. You got to replace it. And yeah, I mean, you're just fucking yourself over at that point.
All right, check this one out. This is retarded fashion. I love it. So fucking ridiculous. Like, why?
It's not serious.
This is serious.
No.
Go ahead.
So, how do you purchase one of those outfits?
I think you just buy the straps. The person doesn't come with it.
No, I want the person. That's false advertising. They're getting hung up in the closet.
You are going to piss some people off if you walk around carrying a woman like that, bro.
Just keep yelling at her. Be like, "I told you to stop that queefing. It's fucking disgusting."
That makes me think of like how people wear like, you know, like animal furs. I just cannot help but think of like, wasn't that Ace Ventura or whatever? He knocks that dude out and like carries him around on his shoulders. That's like what I'm thinking here.
Do you think that her fluffy hair tickles her bottom?
And if she's laughing right into the other girl's ass.
I mean, that looks like it would tickle.
Looks like she has 6 arms. DJ, where the fuck did you find this?
Yeah,
What are you talking about? He got it straight out of his FAP folder.
This is the kind of porn TJ watches.
The fashion industry is just fucking retarded.
It is. I mean, but this is, even for the fashion industry, this is just fucking like what?
If this was on Zoolander.
This is the guy.
I mean,
and he comes out and gets a round of applause.
I have a vision. I am an artist.
Did he just say, I have a vision, I am an artist?
Yeah, he must have had a vision that he is an artist, because he is not. This is like, I watched an art, it was like, I don't know if it was a documentary or show or something, but they were showing like how ridiculous art can be sometimes. And, well, I mean, and look, art obviously can cover all kinds of different shit, but they had someone, there was 2 examples I remember. One of them, someone took a canvas and spray painted in stencil the word rat in red 3 times. Rat, rat, rat. Mm-hmm. And it sold for like $26,000. All right. And what? Like that doesn't even make sense. And the other one that really stood out was, it was a blank canvas. They left the fucking canvas blank, and the excuse was like, oh, you use your imagination to fill the canvas. And someone bought that shit for like $6,000.
You don't even know. You don't even know the half of it. Someone sold an invisible painting. It was nothing.
Yeah, somebody in the
and
chat,
they got like a bill of sale, and it was insanely expensive.
So somebody in the chat said something along the lines of like, everybody's going to continue to applaud and stuff because they don't want to be like the guy in the room full of yuppies that like doesn't get it. So like everything is just like, oh,
even though there's nothing to get.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. It seems like a circle jerk. It seems very, very yuppie to me.
I think we have a term for shit like that. It's called retard. Retard. Is that retard? Yeah.
Retard.
Retard.
Here, let's try this one. It might be loud. Is this? This looks like a semi-bald guy.
Yeah, but he's still trying real hard to whip that hair around.
Well,
this guy's gonna also feel this tomorrow.
And this is another instance, TJ, of somebody raving in the middle of the goddamn day.
Makes no sense. This guy is seriously gonna hurt tomorrow.
That's some headbanging, man.
That's hardcore. You could put metal to that and it would work a lot better.
The concept of raving during the daytime.
Day rave.
Day rave, bro.
Hey man, you want to go to a day rave? You want to trip balls and eat ecstasy and shit during the day?
Like, no. Don't.
We'll get lifted on Somali, bro.
Yeah, oh, bro. I got a great connect.
I see a message over here. High CPU usage detected. You may experience performance issues.
It's XSplit. I'm not clicking on anything because every time I've done that in the past, it's fucked up.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying you think those performance issues. Well, there's 2 options. Either they're talking about your sex life, or maybe that's where the lag is coming from.
Yeah, that's just a porno ad. I wouldn't worry about that. Check that shit.
This is why you don't park your car by Lake, whatever, Erie or wherever the fuck this is, in fucking winter.
This is where you need to park your car if you got a crazy girlfriend, because she ain't gonna key through that shit. If she does key through it, she's actually helping you out.
Yeah, if she rear ends you, it might just bust the ice off. It's, I mean, Jesus, you need a really big ice scraper.
Well, dude, that's fucking up. That's got to be fucking up a lot of things on your vehicle. I mean,
oh yeah, all the seals and shit.
Yeah, I mean, even like your windows. That has to fuck your windows up. That is, dude. That is. I live in Texas. I've never been around that much ice. But
when they try and sell this car on Craigslist, they're gonna include in the description that it was freezer burnt.
Dude, that is solid, man.
It's like connected to the ground.
Yeah.
Jesus
They're parked by a lake.
That's so stupid.
Dude,
God, that's crazy.
That is fucking thick ass ice, man.
You're not starting that car up and pulling out.
You're not opening the door.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might call an Uber, and maybe have like 30 friends with hair dryers and a generator.
Yeah, Godless Lesbian asks, and I'm curious, how would you fix that?
Preheater.
Where I'm from, this does not exist. So
my dad used to have to, like, my dad had a flight school in Chicago, and the airplanes would freeze up out there on the ramp, and he had a Blazer that I used to, and with a snowplow and everything, and I used to drive with him. And in the back, there's this big preheater that he would hook up to the plane and, you know, shoot hot air into it. And it was just so fucking dangerous. Like, he's driving. He didn't have me in a seatbelt. My seat was a spare tire in the back. This Blazer was so rusted that I could see the road passing by underneath me, you know,
yeah.
like the fucking road going by.
Yeah.
It's and if we got into an accident, that preheater would have it was just rusted metal. It would have just impaled me.
Damn it, man. There was an opportunity missed.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, how do you fix that? I mean, you wait for it to get a little bit warmer, or you go out there with some heaters or scrapers or some shit. I doubt that that's an area you want to be in while it's actively
shooting frozen
obviously
water?
Spray coming off of there, and it's the whole fucking road is ice. It's going to be a bitch even trying to stand up in that area. You probably just leave that bitch be until it warms up a little bit.
I'm pretty much just left to TV and stories about shit getting that goddamn cold. Like, my sister-in-law's from Michigan, and she's talked about how they used to have to go, like, you salt the walkways or whatever, and, like, breaking the handle off of her car because it's frozen.
That's why you never buy cars that have been up north, because they salt all the roads and it leads to all that rust. Yeah. And like, you would think that the ocean salt and stuff in Florida would rust cars out, but no, it's not nearly as bad as salting roads and shit.
It happens here. That's one of the things when we take our cars to the beach in Galveston and stuff like that. You're supposed to. That's just like common sense. You're supposed to get your car washed like immediately after.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you live like right by the beach, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, in Daytona, they used to allow people to drive like on the beach and shit.
Yeah,
I think they might still do that actually.
Yeah, they do. Last time I was there.
Yeah, they've been talking about getting rid of it for a long time now, though.
I don't really have to worry about rust with my carbon fiber vehicle.
Jesus, with your plastic toy.
Carbon fiber.
Yeah, they put a carbon fiber fucking like print on some plastic, and they sold this dumbass bald guy on it. It's carbon fiber, man. They figure if you ever get in a wreck, you won't survive anyway. No one left to sue them.
My friend came to the door. She said, well, I was on the phone cooking me and my baby some breakfast. And she said, hey, something wrong. It's popping. I said, what? She said, yeah. I said, no. So the girl come downstairs. She come out her apartment with her baby with no shoes on. I said, oh, girl, it's cold outside. She said, something ain't right. I said, oh, man. She said, oh, man, the building is on fire.
I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
I said, no, what? I got my 3 kids and we bounced out. We ain't gonna be in no fire. Not today.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, man.
God, I love that shit. Wait,
spectacular.
It almost makes me want to. What do they? They actually have a movie just came out for the guys that have to like run around and get like the video footage of news stories like as quickly as possible.
Oh,
damn it! There was just
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Nightcrawlers. Yeah. And it was. I love that movie. I thought it was really well done.
I haven't seen it, but I just knew what it was about. I didn't see it though.
Yeah. It's really good. I mean, it's kind of unrealistic in some ways, but at the same time, totally watchable movie. But anyway, yeah. How interesting would it be to be like the first person on scene with a fucking camera and get people like that? Like, oh, I heard it popping, and she came out with a baby with no shoes on. I was like, girl, it's cold. What? Trying to make sense of that shit.
Well, yeah, and we bounce because it's a fire, and I'm not sticking around for a fire. We're like, no shit. Why the fuck would you stick around for a fire?
Popping, yo. Popping.
When there's characters like that in movies and video games and stuff, I've heard people call that racist, but I don't understand that because that's an actual,
yeah, that's like a social character.
Actual people like that, and I think that's kind of insulting to them.
If it's white trash or dumb rednecks, the racist shit doesn't hold the same water for them, and so it's again that that privilege power shit. I've always said is stupid. I've always said there's no such thing as reverse racism. There's just fucking racism.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if y'all know this because I know y'all know who Cult of Dusty is. Apparently, he's got into this thing with Matt Dillahunty. Have y'all heard about that? About that situation?
Yeah, I was working on a cartoon today. I listened to that other podcast in the background while I was working, and I heard him talk all about.
Oh, they
that
talk about
situation.
It on there? Yeah, that's
an individual situation.
Yeah.
I don't mind that other podcast at all, to be honest with you. I've actually when they played your video of the top 10 most controversial, they know who I am. I actually enjoy it quite a bit. Sometimes I can't watch if they have too many people in. That shit gets really annoying. So it's one of the reasons I like to keep it with just like 3 of us right now. Goddamn, once you get more than 3 people, it sometimes gets really annoying having people talk over each other and shit.
We've done that a couple of times in the past where we've just had like a free for all.
Yeah, and it gets because people have lag issues. You don't even realize you're cutting someone off, and then for some reason Skype has some people like with Paul. Man, every time I'm in a Skype call with Paul, his microphone like dominates if he's talking.
Yeah,
it quiets out everyone else, which is great for Paul. But he doesn't know if he's interrupting or whatever because he can't even hear anyone else because his microphone dominates. So with instances like that, it does get kind of annoying. We try to avoid that the best we can. But I've no ill will for them. I've enjoyed a lot of their stuff, a lot of the episodes where I was like busting out laughing openly. So
yeah, well, in my understanding, they're with. I'm just because I never watched the show, but from my understanding, they're all with us on. They're kind of on the same place we are with that whole power privilege.
Yeah.
That's like almost like a feminist argument at this point.
Yeah, I've always felt that since that podcast started, that TJ, the other TJ, is a lot better off the cuff than his planned videos. He's more entertaining off the cuff.
Well, there's a difference. Again, with his videos, I've enjoyed a lot of them. I can't say all of them, but I don't expect everyone to enjoy every one of my videos either. And I don't enjoy every episode of TV shows that I've watched or whatever. Some are better than others. Some are just boring or lead ups. But sometimes you have to pay attention in order to understand future videos or shit like that. So I don't know. If someone just came to my videos off the cuff and saw like the latest Cooter report and had never seen any of my videos before, I don't know. They probably wouldn't have a very good understanding.
I know what the comment would be. Why don't you move out of your mom's basement? Take off the sunglasses, faggot.
Sunglasses.
Why you wear sunglasses, faggot? Take them off. You're inside.
Stupid. You came to YouTube so that strangers could give you fashion advice.
Oh man! All right, here's another one.
Jesus. Dude, one more time. Oh, it's so good.
Damn.
Dude, have you ever fallen where your legs come back and almost kick you in the back of the head like that?
Well, when I was a kid.
Dude, I have. I used to like skateboard and BMX and do I never really did wakeboarding, but I did skiing and tubing and shit like that. And when you hit in a way where your legs come back over like that and you kind of fold, man, it knocks the wind out of you so fucking fast.
Oh yeah, it's stretching like a motherfucker.
You're pretty much, you're convinced, you're like, oh shit, this is it. This is how I die. Like in that moment, you're like,
I've done that before, tubing on rivers and stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
when they're going like really fast and you hit the wave and you crash and you're just doing like this over the top of the water. I'll just like go limp. It's like,
But how bad would it suck if someone asked how your kid died or whatever, and you had to say slip and slide?
Hey, you might make up a long story.
Yeah, you can't get sympathy for that.
Dude, I used to have a buddy that would. We had a fucking fast ass boat, all right, and he put like an oversized prop on it so that thing would go like dangerous fast. And we go out and find like a really flat lake, you know, where the water there was like no ripples or anything, and he'd whip that fucking have someone whip the tube around like scary fast to like takeoff speed. And the guy would kind of eject on his own and curl up in a fetal position, and he would skip on his back like a fucking rock. And I swear to God, he could do it for, you know, like 100 yards. It was absolutely ridiculous watching this guy. Like you were convinced he was going to die or something, but no, he's just like tucked in, holding his knees, and freaking.
What does that do to your back?
Not much if you hit it just right. If there's waves and shit, you can't do it. Like even a little bit of chop, you have to have it like glass. Because any kind of chop and it just fucks you up and you can actually hurt yourself. But we did a lot of stupid shit out there. But my buddy it was like $100,000 boat that his dad let us take out and shit. So we were gonna, you know, it's not like we were gonna putter around and go fishing.
All right, TJ, this next video needs to make it into like a live show promo.
Okay.
Dude, would that be great? Like you could put like some like either heavy shit or some fucking dubstep or something behind it.
One more time. Prepare your
whoop. Oh damn!
Oh god,
it's perfect.
That was I knew that was a winner when I sent it to you.
Let's see, we got some more funny shit here. I think this one's funny.
Sucks for that deer though, like the male, because it's like you're about to get some, and then all of a sudden she's completely disappeared,
and she just like flies away.
Yeah,
well, this is where opposable thumbs come in handy.
Okay, the TJ and his rape culture.
What?
Opposable thumbs promote rape culture.
Yeah. What was this? The Amish boombox.
Is there sound of this?
Oh yeah, it's coming. This is an actual Amish boombox.
I just gotta say that is fucking outstanding.
Yeah, it must have taken a long time to, like, Amish cut out all this paper, like, because they can't use machines, right?
Yeah.
If you fuck it up, you're like, God damn it! Gene, get me more paper. I done fucked up the Michael Jackson thing again.
Well, dude, like,
this kind of shit right here will get an Amish chick to hike her skirt up to her ankles, though.
Here, turn it down a notch, Joe. Sorry, Drew.
Wow. I like that he's jamming.
Oh, yeah. It's like the first music he's heard in a long time, bro.
There's something about this that is like how this machine works blows me away more than how like a CD player would work. Like that somebody that you could make something like this like without electricity and fucking all that stuff. Like when I play vinyl, it's like how did someone come up with this?
Oh yeah, records.
Like the grooves and the records and the needle hitting it and shit. Like,
have you? My favorite is when you have like a record with no speaker or whatever. You can still put your fucking ear to it and hear it.
Yeah, it's like that shit blows my mind like more than like CD players and shit.
I mean, and then again, we're broadcasting our idiocy to like hundreds, if not thousands of people once it's on YouTube. So
we're polluting the globe right now.
Yeah. I mean, it would be a lot harder if we had to cut our videos into paper.
We wouldn't have a whole lot of patrons if that was the case.
I would cut some hair into my paper. This is like a NES, like an 8-bit video game type music.
But I mean, look how many fucking horns there are on this bad boy.
So what would you call this? Like an auto organ?
Wood pipe. I don't know, some shit. The turning has got to put air into it as well because it's blowing through those pipes. So the turning is moving the paper and it's reading it and putting the air through to the pipes at the same time.
I mean, that's fucking brilliant. But yeah, like you're saying, somebody to put the grooves in that paper and everything, and it's spot fucking on.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, like I said, if you got to like the last verse and you fucked it up, you'd be like, son of a bitch.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Break 30.
Break 30.
Smoke if you got
them, or piss or do whatever it is you do during these breaks.
And we shall return. Revolution.
Forever is my name.
I was trying to find how I can load the videos, but they won't automatically play.
I believe it has to do with that little gear down by the speaker.
I tried that. I didn't see anything in there.
Maybe general or advanced mixing sound.
There's the advanced.
Enable flash audio. Use hardware. No. See the other one? And advanced, nothing. Is that the one we saw before?
Advanced was this one. I mean, there has to be a way to do it.
There is. I've had it set before, so I'll look into it, man. I didn't.
Yeah, that would help out quite a bit.
No problem. I'll do it right after the show.
Yo, don't matter. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't matter. That's me.
I just wanted to make sure you would respond. Hey, guys, I want to say this might be a first. Congratulations to the both of you for making it through the first hour without bars or a merkin.
Oh my god!
Or merkin bars.
Yeah, now you're under pressure.
Yeah, I feel like I'm under pressure now.
Under pressure. Let's see. I didn't give anything away yet, so guess the first person to tell me the year this book was published.
1984.
Wrong.
Proud to be American.
2011.
Nope.
In the year 6900.
Bam, Peachy won it. But I think Peachy sent this to me.
Send it right back.
Son of a bitch. Peachy, you can tell me have you already won or did you send me? I believe it's A Universe from Nothing.
Good book.
Lawrence Krauss.
I have that. I've read it. Very good book.
I cannot remember if it was you that sent it to me. People are still guessing years for some reason. Yeah.
Why are you giving away other people's gifts to you anyway?
No. This was to give out. And I'd read it. So, if I haven't read a book that is given to me, I'll read it. Like, for example, there's a couple others that have been given that I have not given out yet because I haven't read them yet. But once I've read them, I feel like giving them out. So, since Peachy is the one that gave it to me, I'm gonna have to give her something else here. Can't think of what. I don't have anything in my immediate vicinity.
Hey, I've got something she can have.
No, I'm just gonna. I'll put you down for a future Vegas gift, and that'll be easy enough since you'll be there.
These are your options.
I think future Vegas gift, and then whenever I buy all the stuff, I'll just let her have her pick of whatever she wants out of there, and then the rest of it gets divvied up amongst. Let's see who's already won.
That's true, Peach.
Gift. Angry Pumpkin, Legion Bunny, Monkey Fudge, Misty, and now Peachy have all won future Vegas gifts, which is not that far in the future now. So anyway, congratulations and thank you for the books and sending me. She sent me a whole bunch of them, so I appreciate that. Yeah, and I guess I'll try giving away something else. Peachy, you better not win this time. Next time. All right, continue. What shall we watch?
Where do we go?
Where do we go now?
Let's try this one.
Now, the traffickers, these are people that take drugs. These are guys that are named D-Money, Smoothie, Shifty.
No audio?
These type of guys that come from Connecticut, New York.
I don't hear anything.
They come up here,
I hear
they
it
sell
in
their
one ear.
heroin, then they go back
we
home.
don't hear anything.
Okay, hold on.
Incidentally, half the time they impregnate a young white girl before they leave.
Come up, fucking menu.
Which is a real sad thing, because then we have another issue that we got to deal with
Okay,
down
is
the
this one
road.
just not going to... All right. I guess we won't try that one. How about it?
I was able to read the title. I want to find out how to become a drug dealer now.
So you can impregnate white girls?
Young white girls, yes.
Knocking up young white girls.
Well, play it again, and we'll just, I guess you can explain it, because everyone else can hear it. As long as it's not an issue that's going to happen for every...
They said they can hear it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but we can't, so...
Now, the traffickers, these are people that take drugs. These are guys that are named D-Money, Smoothie, Shifty. These type of guys, they come from Connecticut, New York. They come up here, they sell their heroin, then they go back home.
He's talking about the traffickers come up and they sell drugs. And, he's talking about their names, and it's all kind of like, I guess, like rapper-sounding names or like thug-sounding names. He's like, they come up here from like Connecticut and shit like that, and they sell their drugs, and then they just go back home and...
Incidentally, half the time they impregnate a young white girl.
Half the time they impregnate a young white girl.
Before they leave.
Half the time.
Which is a real sad thing, because...
Before they leave, they impregnate young white girls, which is a really sad thing.
Then we have another issue that we got to deal with.
Then we have another issue we have to deal with down the road. Is what's the word for that again? Mulatto? What is it? the mulatto babies?
I believe the politically correct term is Oreo.
The Oreo. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's a governor.
Oh God.
Yeah. So at least we don't have
Governor. Was it Lepage? Is that his name?
LePage, maybe.
Now the traffickers, these are people that take
Governor
drugs.
LePage, yeah.
These are guys that are named D-Money, Smoothie, Shifty.
All right, let's see if the next video at least has...
D-Money, Smoothie, and Shifty are the names that he said. He's like, guys, come down here with those names.
Smoothie King, yo.
Smoothie and Shifty.
Shifty.
Oh, fuck. Let's try this one. This one's been in the feed for a while.
I felt hopeless.
11 months ago, George Pickering was in a very different place in his life. He was in jail, charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Hey, we need the police stat to the hospital. We have a family member with a gun.
In January, Pickering grabbed a gun, marched into Tomball Regional Medical Center, and became locked in an hours-long standoff with police.
Tomball is about an hour from where I live.
Well, this is a really awkward story. We might even want to watch it like a good ways through before we comment, because so much shit happens and changes.
It's not even 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, the story is crazy.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this one.
Staff at the hospital told police Pickering threatened them with that gun.
He's pointing the gun like that. We immediately give us security and call 911.
Pickering's son, George III, was in the critical care unit on life support. He had a history of seizures, but this time he suffered a massive stroke.
They were saying that he was brain dead, he was a vegetable.
The hospital ordered something called a terminal wean, a process that slowly removes life support. Hospital staff even notified an organ donation organization to let them know Pickering's son was an organ donor.
They were moving too fast. The hospital, the nurses, the doctors.
Pickering admits he was extremely drunk and belligerent that night, but he says he was certain there was still life left in his son and no one would listen. He also says he had been down this road once before with his son, and he came back.
I knew if I had 3 or 4 hours that night that I would know whether George was brain dead or not.
While Pickering initially had a gun, he was quickly disarmed by his other son, but continued threats prompted the standoff. Pickering stayed at his son's bedside as SWAT officers tried to negotiate his surrender. Then, something happened.
During that 3 hours, George squeezed my hand 3 or 4 times on command.
Seeing that his son was recovering, Pickering surrendered.
There was a law broken, but it was broken for all the right reasons. I'm here now because of it.
This is George Pickering III, the man family members say they were told would not recover from his stroke and coma.
It's the duty of a parent to protect your children, and that's all he did.
Pickering says he and his dad share an unbreakable bond. They run a small electrical engineering business and even built their home together.
Everything good that made me a man is because of that man sitting next to me.
As for the criminal charges against Pickering, one was dismissed, the other lessened. He was given credit for the time he served in jail and was released this month. Phoebe Smith was Pickering's attorney.
This case has always been about a father protecting his son when a son couldn't protect himself.
And with the criminal case over, father and son say all they want now is to live their lives peacefully.
So, I've got a question. So what happens if someone like robs a pharmacy for medication their kid needs? Do they get off the hook because they're looking out for their kid? Or are we going to stick with, like, no, when a crime is committed, I understand that there's circumstances or whatever, but you can't just encourage people when they're, to fly into the hospital with a fucking gun.
Right.
And do this kind of shit. And I understand that, like, the kid came back or whatever, but and that makes you want to, I guess, take an emotional view of the story. Been like, oh, well, it was all for the right reasons or whatever. And I'm glad the guy survived. And I guess it was a good reason. But I mean, shit, if you're doing it for the right reasons or whatever, you have to be willing. He knew he was going to get punished for it, right? You didn't think, oh, if my son comes back, I'll get off scot-free for doing this crazy shit.
Well, and the thing is like, what if his son would have died?
Can't you go through, like, lawyers to keep them from?
Well, see, and I don't know about that. I think it probably depends on the circumstance, but normally I thought that was a family's decision.
Exactly. Why would the fucking hospital immediately decide to put him on a terminal wean? Yeah. And then, I understand notifying for. I'm an organ donor, and I've been told those horror stories of, like, oh, if it says organ donor on your driver's license, they don't try and save you as much because they just want your organs. But
that's a scary thought.
Yeah,
Jesus, what the fuck?
But whatever. I figure the good outweighs the bad there.
But to the story, man. At the same time, that you, like TJ was saying, you can't just like get off scot-free for going into a hospital with a fucking pistol and, like, pointing it and scaring the ever-loving fuck out of people.
Yeah, the thing is that someone just asked, he saved a life, so it's okay for a cop to use a gun to save a life, or military, but not this guy? Yeah, correct. Cops and military are given the duty. They're supposed to be trained.
The authority
They're
and
supposed
the
to
training.
understand the laws. They're not supposed to break laws in order to uphold the law. Shit like that. I understand where it's coming from, that he basically saved his son's life, and so it's obviously worth staying, a little bit in jail. I'm not saying put this guy away for life or anything like that, but you can't fucking do shit like that. Yeah. Or you're basically, if we let people get away with shit like this, every time there's like a family member that doesn't agree with taking someone off life support, they're just going to run in there with a gun and have a standoff until, but I was just trying to protect my family. That's not, I don't know if this is on the same level as like self-defense, put it that way.
I think that consequences for the father would have been a lot different if his son didn't survive.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. I was like, don't you think it would be different if the kid would have?
It does make a difference.
Yeah.
Right?
This guy,
I wouldn't want to put him away for life either way or anything like that. Because
but this guy would still be in jail.
Anybody, he was just being an ass.
I'll guarantee you, if his son would have died, this guy would still be in jail. He would not have been pardoned for shit.
Well, yeah, he had one charge dropped, and
the other lessened or whatever.
The other lessened, so that might have not even been.
And what do you call that again? If you go somewhere and like point guns at people, it's like that's not aggravated assault, is it?
It's
assault with a deadly weapon.
I think it's. There's they
have
so
there's
many
all kinds of things.
It's
it's
a serious offense, though.
Yeah. They have all kinds of firearms charges they can use. If you unlawfully discharging a firearm, like if you're firing it into the sky and shit like that, they have a fuckload of different charges they can use. In fact, for like each crime that can be committed, they have maybe 3 or 4 different charges they could bring upon you for that single crime, depending on how you go about it. I've had people charged for paraphernalia because their weed was in a plastic bag, so they got charged for the weed in the bag, and then they got charged for the bag because it was holding the weed. I mean, they can do pretty much anything they want. That personally has not happened to me. I have been arrested for a pipe with a little bit of pot in it, and the cop was like, "I'm just going to charge you for the weed, not the pipe." And then when I went to court, they were like, "No, we've decided to charge you for both."
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I mean, there's really no. It can just go any way. The judicial system, and maybe once you guys watch that Making a Murderer, I mean, there are some shitty people, and I guess the thing that really bothers me is that lack of skepticism that a lot of prosecutors and judges have. Like, they're just convinced that they're right, and they just go from there.
God and Slaves in the chat says, you guys are not getting the full story. There was just a study done where most hospitals, and most is capitalized, so he's emphasizing most hospitals, admitted to not making sure people were actually brain dead before pronouncing death.
Okay.
And that's fucking scary.
Okay, well, maybe you're not getting it. That doesn't mean you can go into most hospitals with a fucking gun and start waving it around at the fucking hospital personnel and the employees there and the doctors and nurses and anyone the fuck else and act a complete fucking fool. That's against the law.
And also, if the hospitals aren't waiting till, brain death or whatever to declare someone dead, then they're not doing their jobs right, and that is a problem.
And that needs to be what gets looked into, not okaying people running around with fucking guns.
I don't know if that's the point that God and Slaves was getting at, but...
Well, this is a simple disagreement. It's not like we're holding any fucking lifelong grudges over this one, we disagree about this case or whatever, but, I mean, I'm happy that his son's alive. I'm happy that he did it, because it did save his son's life, right?
Maybe he is. He said TJ.
They said it was on a terminal wean, so it's not like, unless it was like the very last moments of that, because a weaning means slowly. That means it's not like they just unplugged life support and then it's over. They were weaning him. So unless it was the very end of the weaning, he just, went in there and got confirmation from a hand squeeze or whatever. And by the way, got arrested and was drunk and belligerent with a gun. And so then totally, I don't know how much that helped the case. People were like, oh my God, this drunk belligerent guy waved around a gun. Let's wait and have a second chance with this kid.
Yeah, fair point. Let's try this one. I think this one might be humorous though.
Everybody who raised their hand, you are the kind of people who should never talk to the police under any circumstances for as long as you live.
This seems like some shit that's going to get some people like beat up by the fucking cops. Like the guy's like, "I want your name," and you're just sitting there, just like, it's like crack,
By the
pop,
way,
bam.
That freeze frame you have right there, that guy is from Making a Murderer. He was the lead prosecutor.
Let me read you something that was taken out of the newspaper this morning, and I want you to listen to it closely. And I'm giving you a heads up. I'm warning you in advance that I'll be quizzing you on this in just a few minutes. Listen closely. It won't take long. Last night, agents of the Norfolk Police Department found 3 victims of an apparent murder dead in an apartment in the East Ocean View area. The apparent victims of a gangland-style slaying, and possibly the victims of gang-related violence. The police are investigating this as a possible murder and suicide, but right now suspect that the 3 were all killed by the same individual. No suspects have yet been identified in the slaying, but veteran police detective George Brook has confirmed that police are following up on evidence pointing to the possible involvement of an off-duty naval officer as the perpetrator. The bodies, which were found by the apartment manager at about 8 o'clock in the morning, appear to have been slain sometime earlier in the same evening, probably sometime between midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning. That's it. Those are all the facts I'll ask you to remember, and it won't be for very long either. Let's see how well you do. I'll be quizzing you in just a few minutes. All right, now this brings us back to that pop quiz I warned you about. I told you earlier, remember, it's only been a few minutes, and you weren't up all night, and you weren't the subject of physical duress. You were in the relaxed setting of a classroom here. You were given heads up, advance notice that you would be quizzed on this. Remember that article I read to you about that? How many people did the police find shot to death last night at that Ocean View apartment that I told you about?
Were we gonna?
I'm gonna say C3.
Yeah, it should be C.
Okay, now I've already watched it, so I'm not allowed really to be involved. But you're both going to be involved in people who should never be talking to the police.
Ooh.
A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, D, 4. Who says A? B. C. Get this, get that with the camera. Move that camera around. Look how many hands we've got there for C. Okay, D. You're all wrong. Everybody who raised their hand, you are the kind of people who should never talk to the police under any circumstances for as long as you live. Why is C not the right answer, by the way? If you know, raise your hand. Yes. Excellent. I didn't say anybody was shot. I didn't say gun, bullet, shooting, firearms. Didn't use any of those words.
No, it's just like some shit we didn't even...
It's because of it's the terminology that he's using, like gangland style killing and shit like that, and murder suicide. We don't tend to think of shit like that without guns. So he didn't bring up shooting or anything. But then the question was, how many people were shot?
Yeah, well, I don't think it was even necessarily that threw me off. I was still stuck on kind of just the concept of how many people were found dead. I wasn't focused on like they were shot.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And so people giving testimony or whatever might be under a lot more duress. Like, let's say you were actually giving as a witness some testimony about a fucking murder that took place near you or whatever, a triple murder. And if the cops are wording things, and they do, when you watch that Making a Murderer, all right, that you might not walk away from it thinking like, oh, this guy's completely innocent or whatever, but you will walk away from it if you pay any kind of attention, understanding that the way that the prosecutors and the cops go about their shit, the interrogators, the investigators, man, it is really skeevy, and they do use tricks like that. They try and catch you up in like little word games, and they position their questioning in order to get certain kinds of fucking answers that they want to hear, and they won't take if you tell them the story 5 times over, they keep asking to retell the story until they hear it the way they want to hear it. It's really kind of pathetic, and they really abuse like stupid people. If you don't know that they're fucking with you, and in this case it was like some 16-year-old like fucking dumbass kid, and they were just making like he was thinking if I just tell them what they want to hear, I get to go back to school because they drug him out of class to question him. Like that's how fucking dumb and ignorant this kid was, and he changed the story like a shitload of times because he was just telling them whatever they wanted to hear so he could just get away from them because they were badgering the shit out of him. And cops, not all of them are shitty, but a lot of them are like that. And if you can't tell right away which cops are trying to fuck you over, or, you know, and so you have to be careful with the way that you fucking, and this was something on the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's along those lines, but you have to really be careful with your wording and how you answer because, you know, next thing you know, someone's going to say, oh, well, then when did you hear the gunshots? Or something like that as a witness. But obviously if there was gunshots and shit like that, that would have been in the facts in the beginning, and there was no duress, like he said, and it was only like 15 minutes before he was asking him, and people had already, because of the wording, like gangland style slang and shit like that.
Let's see, this is kind of closely related. The return of Nancy Grace.
So, did he do it? I want to talk to one person who says Avery is absolutely guilty and that Netflix performed a miscarriage of justice with this docuseries. She is the one and only Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace, what's fascinating, too, about your perspective, good to see you, is that you interviewed Stephen Avery back in 2005.
They look like they're a reflection of each other, their hair and everything, right?
Yeah, but Nancy Grace is... maybe it's just the ugly on the inside that like pours out to the outside. But
for whatever reason, man, Nancy Grace, that is a resting bitch face, man. She just always looks like she's a bitch.
Yeah. I think we can all agree there.
When he was still under investigation, let's listen to that.
In this case, do you think you're being framed?
Yeah, I'm being set up because of my lawsuit and everything else.
Because of your previous incarceration, you're suing?
They set me up then.
Well, do you think it has anything to do with her car being found at your auto shop?
No, I think it's because of my name and what I went through from them.
Has the Netflix series, though, has that changed your opinion of all of this in any way?
Okay, no offense, but it doesn't matter what you or I or anybody else at Netflix or all the viewers think. It doesn't matter.
Then shut the fuck up.
Yeah. She makes a living off of saying what she thinks about this shit. If you want to say it doesn't matter, fine, but then just shut up. She literally goes on and makes does an hour of it a day. Get the fuck out of here. Nancy Grace thrives off of this shit. I mean, absolutely derives her evil bitchiness from this shit.
Jury thought. And no, the Netflix series has not convinced me that he is innocent. It has convinced me that there is bias in the media. They did what they thought would sell. I was there. I know the facts that were presented to this jury. Her blood is found on a bullet in his garage, a bullet that was absolutely fired from his gun. His blood is found in 6 spots in her vehicle. He told me out of his own mouth that she was there at his place, called over by him, although he star 67 his number and disguised who he was, for her to come take a photo there for Auto Trader. He had, on another occasion, come to the door.
She is so full of shit. If she wasn't talking about the goddamn documentary, I wouldn't bring it up. But in the documentary, they explain this shit. He works for a fucking auto salvage yard. They sell cars. They have shit. Auto Trader comes out all the time for them. That this was not the first time she had been to the property, I don't think. But she was a photographer. And that he, by the way, was 3 weeks into a huge lawsuit with the same county that was, that he's still residing in, because he had been falsely imprisoned for 18 years for a rape he did not commit. And I mean, they came after him the same way that they came after him for the murder thing, just out of the blue, finding all kinds of evidence that corroborates like he's the bad guy and that's the direction we're going. And after 18, you'll notice I don't think she brings it up, but he was in a lawsuit with them because they falsely imprisoned him. And then part of this new charge that he was found guilty of was falsely imprisoning this woman. It's a little bit ironic.
Wearing nothing but a towel. So she didn't want to go back, but she wanted to keep her job. So she went back to take the picture. That's the last time she's known alive. And not only that, possibly the most important is her bones, her charred bones, found intertwined in steel belts of tires out behind his auto salvage lot.
And I don't know shit about the situation, but it doesn't sound good for the guy.
Exactly. That's what the kind of the documentary is about. And there are a lot of. That's why one of the things I came away with was not knowing fully or being able to say he's guilty or not guilty or whatever. But I can tell that it definitely deserves to be looked at again, because man, a lot of the circumstances are just they're mind-boggling, and they need to be. It just needs to be looked at again, man. There were so many weird things, and for instance, she talks about the bones being found on his property, burned bones. They also were searching his trailer and everything for like 3 days, and then on the third day, an officer from the sheriff's department that he had a lawsuit against that was not supposed to be involved found the key to the girl's Toyota that was found on their property, like hidden over in a corner. He found the key laying out in the open, and they're like, "Oh, but you searched the entire place for like 3 days before you finally came across this key. Like, so why didn't you see it before?" "Oh, it was under this sandal." But then the excuse was it fell off the nightstand. So it fell off a nightstand, and then crawled underneath a sandal or some shit. And then 3 days later, it happens to be one of the deputies or sheriffs from the county where they're having this lawsuit that finds all this evidence. Yeah, it looks fucking terrible. Of course it looks terrible. And when you have that kind of conflict of interest, it's like when you have someone you did something and you don't read them their fucking rights. Guess what? You fucked up. And when you fuck up as a cop or an investigator, it doesn't mean that that just gets ignored. That's part of the fucking case. And if people do bad things, you have to go about investigating it properly, collecting the evidence properly, and shit like that.
Yeah,
I
don't know fuck all about this.
Well, once you watch,
or anything.
Totally get it.
I don't know anything about it either, but I just want to go on the record publicly that if TJ's charred bones were found intertwined with Lotus tires, it doesn't fucking mean that I killed him.
Right. It's because everyone knows that you hate me, all right, and you drive a Lotus, so it would be that easy for them to, set you up, especially, let's say, someone that I had a big lawsuit against or something like that, because they had fucked me over before, and I was obviously going to win said lawsuit.
Yeah, but all I'm saying, like I said, I don't know fuck all about any of this. This is the first I've ever even heard of the case. But I'm saying if all the things that she's saying is true, it's just like, wow. I mean, that's a lot of shit.
No, you're absolutely right. But she's not
the bloody bullet. They knew the girl was going over there. Her car was left there. They found the bloody bullet there. 6 blood splatters. He admits that she was there. That he called her over. Star 67'd her. They found her dead, charred corpse wrapped up behind his shop. It's just, I'm just saying, dude. Like, there's all that where, I mean, it's not like unrealistic. Like, if I was on a jury and I heard this, I'm just like,
You're absolutely right, and that's why you don't just listen to fucking people like Nancy Grace. That's why you need to go watch the full 10 fucking hours of Making a Murderer first season, and
I'd like to
see the full context of this shit, because this is on par with jumping in at the end of a comment thread.
Yeah,
leaving one comment and thinking you know everything about it. She's wrong. She's right in what she's saying, but she's wrong in not giving the full fucking context of it. And there are a lot of weird fucking things. Now, it would be something totally different if this guy wasn't just released from jail after being falsely imprisoned for 18 years by the same county. That, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, totally.
That immediately puts a huge fucking doubt, and they should not be involved in the investigation at all. But instead, they're the ones finding key pieces of evidence and shit.
Here, I was just asked in the chat, Drew, if you killed someone, would you keep the body on your property? That's completely irrelevant, because you do understand that there are murderers out there who do keep the bodies on their property.
That's fine, but he's got all this media attention, and the cops obviously already fucking have a dislike for the guy. Then it's stupid shit. Like, okay, he's got a car crusher on the property.
Well,
but
yeah,
he
but
doesn't
he
crush
would.
the car. He just puts it over in the corner of the property, like where people that work on the property wouldn't even see it, and shit like that. You know, little things like that it should put a little bit of doubt in your fucking mind. And for me, I'm not saying let him go. I'm saying they're denying him a fucking, another trial or even an what's it fucking called? Appeals and shit like that. And then they got his fucking nephew, too, the dumb 16-year-old that just told him whatever they wanted to hear, changed his story constantly. Like, they kept badgering him for answers because they wanted him to say that they shot her in the head, right? So they kept badgering him. They're like, okay, what'd you do next? What'd you do with her head? You remember what you did with the head? And the kid doesn't know what to say. He's like, cut her hair. Yeah, we cut her hair. Oh, what'd you do with her head next? After that, slit her throat. Like, you can tell the kid's just fucking full of shit. They have the video of the fucking interrogations, and yet it gets used. And that kid also went to jail for fucking life.
Why was the kid lying about that?
Because he told them, I don't know how many times. They interviewed him a bunch of times before they even brought him in and videotaped it. And he kept telling the same story. But they didn't want to fucking accept it. So they're like, okay, just tell us the truth. He would say something and they're like, no, tell us the truth. What really happened.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if I was pulled in a room with cops and I'm looking at like life in prison or something like that, I'm not going to be like, yeah.
16-year-old.
Well, yeah, but I mean, dude, even when I was 16, I would have, like, if I was innocent, I'm not going to tell the cops, oh, yeah, we cut her hair and we slit her fucking throat and we buried her in the, like,
you need to watch it because you'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I do. Because
it is extremely introverted and he's slow. He's slow as fuck, and it should have been taken into account. And he changes his story like every fucking time. Even later on, like after he's been imprisoned for a while, the investigators are asking him questions, and he's still just telling them whatever the fuck they want to hear. He's just one of those types of. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, this was
just our channel banner.
Yeah, it's beast. It's beast enough.
Like, I love the single-eyed glasses there, like the Cyclops sunglasses.
Why I gotta be an 8-ball?
I wonder why.
I would have done, like Death Star myself.
You look like what's that hair look like? Like Cousin It?
Yeah, but it's like black. So like a bit Merkin, but like 80s.
That's awesome.
I like it though.
80s Merkin, trim to fit.
We need to put that PBR logo on the front of your hat there.
Yeah.
Anyways, I like it. Yes, very much. We're saving that. I'll try to make that into banner art for the channel.
Anyway, the point here is that after you guys watch that, I'm not saying you're going to come away thinking he's necessarily innocent, but you're going to come away knowing that Nancy Grace is not telling the whole side of that fucking story at all. And sure, there are damning pieces of evidence, and that's probably what got him convicted. But there's a lot of damning shit against the investigators, the police departments, the DA, you know that nobody even got in trouble for falsely imprisoning him for fucking 18 years.
Well, was he convicted by a jury?
I mean, he was convicted, but one of the jurors had that was actually on his side had like a medical emergency, and after he was gone, they just like the deliberation was pretty fucking quick. My girlfriend actually just texted me and reminded me, not to mention they questioned him without his mother, and he was 16, or her permission, and without a lawyer present.
She's
telling the story, so she's also watched it, and I mean it's fucked up. Like every time you start watching it, like towards the end, you're used to it already. But like the first few episodes, you're just like, I cannot believe this shit. They are so fucking twisted the way they do this shit. This is in Wisconsin, Manitoba, sorry. But just it really disgusting, and it kind of opens your eyes to like how broken the system can be, the judicial system and everything.
You were saying something, Dark Matter?
I don't remember now. TJ can run his mouth, so
yeah. Well, was it something?
I guess I'm the only one that's seen it, so I feel a need to explain.
Yeah.
Guys.
TJ, I don't know if everybody in the chat knows this. TJ also thinks JFK was assassinated by aliens.
We never.
All right, that puts things in perspective. Then he totally did it.
We never landed on the moon because JFK was assassinated by aliens before we could get it put together.
Yeah, the guy did it. He killed her.
Also, my internet's bad because Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, just Bigfoot. You're in Florida, Everglades, bro. The fucking skunk apes running around out there. Jesus. Fucking TJ is the skunk ape. TJ's just like out in the woods smoking weed and shit, and they see him, they're like, "Oh my god!"
I want you to be careful too, TJ, because I was going to mention earlier Aldrich, who's been sticking up for me in the chat, calling people out on their bald phobia. Said that bald people can't murder because murder is privilege plus killing.
Yes. It was only a matter of time before that became an argument.
Privilege plus killing. So I can't murder.
I have privilege. He was poor as fuck. In fact, he had to... Here's one last little thing about this. He had to take a settlement because they stopped his fucking lawsuit proceedings. Right? Because he was arrested for murder. Oh, funny how that worked out for the fucking county. So then they, after they stopped it, he basically had to settle, and he settled for 18 years in prison. He settled for like $400,000. And then he used all of that to pay his lawyers to try and fight for his innocence on this murder fucking charge.
Damn.
Absolutely, like, it's sad. And I think one of the things that really sells it is his lawyers are fucking smart. And the DA is fucking stupid. The prosecutors are fucking retarded, and you're listening to these smart arguments, and then the counter from the retarded ass DA. It makes you, even if he is guilty, they went about it wrong. Put it that way.
I just want to say this is why TJ sent this next video, because it tells us everything we need to know about TJ. TJ agrees.
Vote with our money to never support big globalist operations and literally keep our children with other like-minded people, and understand we are in an occupied planet. I mean, it's like childhood's end. I'm not saying it's aliens. I mean, you're saying it's interdimensional, whatever. Probably. I mean, it's just so obvious. It's out to destroy us. It's anti-human. Archetype, whatever. It's evil aliens want to get us. I mean, I'm not saying...
I'm not saying evil aliens want to get us. I'm just saying evil aliens want to get us.
Oh, yeah. TJ's Uncle Alex here.
Jesus. Now, if someone said Alex Jones had, like, burned bones on his fucking property,
we'd be like, yep. Oh, yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
It's these guys. More. I don't think of Alex Jones as much as I think of, like, Brian Fisher. Like, they are going to find, like, the skin of, like, dead children in his attic or some shit after he dies. It's going to be like...
He already wears them on his neck. He wears the dead skin of his victims on his neck like a trophy. You just have a hard time telling.
They're going to find, like, some... what was that movie, Jeepers Creepers? They're going to find that kind of shit going on in, like, his basement or some shit.
Did you know that Jeepers Creepers was filmed by my house?
Really?
Yeah.
Did you also know that the nasty monster thing in Jeepers Creepers is bald?
That figures. That's what Hollywood does these days. I just got through saying it was filmed by my house, and then I blamed it on Hollywood.
Wait a minute. So it really was filmed by your house?
Yeah.
Because those roads like that look like when you're heading west in Texas. All the roads look like that.
It was filmed on 41, Highway 41.
Yeah, that's what the highways
for everybody out there wondering, just go to Highway 41, follow it for a while, look for a Lotus, and you'll know where Dark Matter lives.
I do not live on Highway 41, TJS. TJ Ethan.
TJ-athan?
What?
What the fuck was that?
I needed a formal version of your name so I could rebuke you.
TJ-athan. Jesus fucking Christ, Dark Matter. What the hell's gotten into you? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to give you a Merkin for that one, bro.
No, I made it so far.
Almost a whole second hour.
God damn. What
TJ-athan.
Ethan?
Yeah, like Drew would be Drucifer.
Could have at least called me like Teven.
Or Tej.
You know?
Just call him Tej. Tejas. Tejas. That's what you should call him.
You could have called me Thomas Jefferson or something like that, and it would have been better.
Please tell me that's what it stands for.
No, absolutely not.
Right.
What does it stand for?
I've got to hear this. What does it stand for?
I'll maybe that's the secret $2,000 goal on Patreon.
Oh God. Okay, everybody in the chat, promise not to say anything, and then just cut this part out before you upload it to YouTube. Okay, go.
If you could guess it, I'd tell you, but you won't be able to guess it. So,
Thomas.
No.
I mean, is it not just like standard American?
It is, but it's not like common.
Really? It's not like Terrence or something?
No.
Is it something like that where it would be like Terrence Jones or some kind of shit? Like,
No.
is it like two names together?
It is two names.
Okay.
But they don't really
There's
have.
not that many T names for guys. Timothy,
Travis,
Terrence,
Tony,
yeah.
Thomas.
No.
Tiberius. Come on, please be Tiberius.
If I'm doing a podcast with a dude named, what was it, Tiberius Jackal? Is that what somebody said in the chat?
Or Toby. Come on, be Toby.
Jam.
Troy.
Toby Jam.
Tomato juice.
What is it? God damn it!
Damn. All right, I said it. I said to guess it. Blasphemer got it.
Troy. That isn't a very common name.
No, it's not. I would have never guessed it.
What's the J stand for?
Again, you would have to guess. This one's more common.
Troy Jones. It's not a Jones?
No. It
James?
doesn't really go together either.
Well, like it doesn't have like a ring like that?
Yeah, it doesn't have a ring like Thomas Jefferson or some shit.
Damn. I don't know.
Troy James.
No, Troy James actually flows.
Yep. Now Cosmic does got it.
Troy Joe.
Troy Joe? No, that doesn't go together.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
Are you fucking with us? Is that really what it is?
You know why I don't go by Troy Joe.
I would go by Troy though, man. Troy's badass. I like that. Very Greek. Anyways, let's finish this video.
Saying that, you're saying that. The point is that it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. They want to abort planet Earth. They want to play God. They want everything ugly. They want to mutate every species. They might as well be, whatever from the ninth dimension because they're that anti-human. The elites say they're a new species. They say they're splitting off from us. They say, I don't believe in God, but I'm about to become God, if you're Ray Kurzweil. This is their big conferences. I know rich billionaires, as I'm sure you do. I know powerful Hollywood people. And they've come to me. In fact, I want to look at the camera and tell the viewers this and go back to David Icke. I'm talking to billionaires, Hollywood stars. You've heard a lot of them here on air, folks. I don't make this stuff up. I tell you, the Putin listens to the show. Watch it. And we're letting him get an interview.
Yeah, when I tell you guys that Obama watches a goddamn podcast, you know it's true.
Putin watches Alex Jones. And
Doesn't
Alex
this shit sound like shit that would be coming from some hick named Troy Joe rather than some fucking douchebag Alex Jones? This sounds like and then got some like crop circles and shit, and then Illuminati, triangle, Putin,
Vladimir Putin.
Well, the sad thing is the ironic thing is that he's doing all this in order to establish credibility for himself by dropping all these names.
Yeah.
And all it's doing is making him less and less credible.
As if he can go downhill from there. I mean, can you imagine like the person that like binge watches Alex Jones like more than we do, like somebody that watches this like seriously. That's like seriously all about fucking Alex Jones.
I don't know.
I've never met such a person.
If they did like a Making a Maniac, and it was an Alex Jones documentary, I might actually watch it. Like 10 hours worth.
I would love
of Making a Maniac.
What would be awesome about Alex Jones is if it came out like sometime in the future, and Alex was just like, "Okay, I've been fucking with you." Obviously, like everybody knew it or whatever, and he like does kind of like a real like behind the scenes kind of thing.
Well, God and Slave said his net worth is $8 million. So I mean, it would not surprise me at all if he plays this shit up big time.
Yeah, at this point he's become emboldened. He's gotten rich saying crazy shit, and so you're gonna keep going that direction. When you are when you have backup and you're making money doing it, and you have a bunch of people stroking your ego or whatever, I guess it's easy to let shit get out of control.
But I also don't want to be one of those people that says that he's like, because I don't know. I don't want to be one of those people that says he's not genuine, because he could be genuine.
Who can tell? I bet there's some, it's he genuinely feels a lot of the shit's true, but then he kind of embellishes it for
theatrical purpose,
attention and shit. But yeah, he certainly believes a good amount of it. I don't think this guy goes home and is one of us.
Like he really votes Obama,
secular atheist or anything like that. I don't think he's putting on a show to that degree.
Yeah, he just kind of amps it up.
Definitely.
Actually, I am putting on a show. I'm like Westboro Baptist Church Christian.
Man, you have a funny way of getting that message out.
I tell you, Matt Drudge, listener, boom, he shows up. I mean, we don't, Louis Farrakhan, huge listener. We're like, well, Louis Farrakhan, yeah, he's changing.
Okay, before I forget, Dark Matter, squeeze this into your next video. And next time there's like a protest going on, put up like some signs in the back, like Bald Lives Matter, or West Barreled Baptist Church, or maybe God Hates Balds.
Dude, that would be fucking hilarious. God Hates Balds. Did somebody in the chat
squeeze it in there somewhere?
Somebody in the chat make that. I want a picture of like the Westboro Baptist family, and make their sign say "God Hates Balds," and like put a picture of Dark Matter, like a little Dark Matter. Oh fuck!
Leave me out of this.
No, I was trying to give you an idea. That was Drew that took it too far, right? I was trying to give you an idea for something in the background, like a background scene. Like God Hates Balds.
Baldboro Baptist Church or Westboro Baldist Church. Which do you like better, Dark Matter?
West Balder.
Westboro Baldist Church. Oh, I love this show.
Poor guy.
God damn it. Yeah, it's about time for another break, man.
All right. I really, really wanted to hear more about Alex Jones talking about aliens, but I guess instead I could go have a cigarette piss.
Isn't that like the gist of every show, man?
Hey, well, we have to remember we're looking for a good thumbnail in this last segment. We haven't had one yet.
No, we'll find it.
All right,
it'll happen. Yeah. So let us take a break. Smoke if you got them. Grab another beer. Take a leak. We shall return. Hell Satan.
Yeah, that's awesome. It sadly again reminds me of that Making a Murderer, like the ridiculous when people say stupid shit with a suit on in a serious tone or whatever. Apparently, a lot of other people fucking buy it. It's kind of sad, especially when you're seeing the word "sex" in Lincoln's beard on the.
I love that lady. She's like, he sees sex and death in a Ritz cracker. Like he sees this shit everywhere.
Shit. All right, let's get to. Oh shit! I gotta give something away. Try not to forget again here. First person to tell me the year this book was published wins it. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. 33 is wrong.
Let's see.
Is that the fucking Bible? Or part of the Bible?
You can't be covering shit up, Drew. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to follow, trying like hell. Okay, I think I'm all right.
Got it?
Someone did, but I'm not sure if they're a patron. In fact, I've never seen their name before. All right, I'm going to go with God and Slaves, but there was someone else before that. Icarus or something? God damn it.
Icarus.
Someone before that, but I've never seen their name before.
We have an Icarus in the chat.
God damn it. You know what? I probably totally fucked this up. I can't. I've got to go back and scroll up now. Done.
Icarus, who flew too close to the sun, and his wax melted, and his feathers came off, and he crashed.
His wax.
And
melted.
I too relate to that story because I feel like I flew too close to the sun, and my hair burned off.
It singed, and dark matter fell back to Earth.
I'm going back right now. I'm going through it. We're gonna find out who actually got it first.
Oh God. People posting images. What is this?
What is
I said no.
Wait, that's right. It was God and Slaves.
No.
This has to be good.
2004.
Yes. Yes. Oh man, that's a lot of win in one picture. God damn it, that's fucking beautiful.
It's really well done.
Up. I'll share with everybody. They actually put the pictures of dark matter in there.
Now, why do you have to share?
You know why I have to share. Oh, that's right.
And I'm proud to hate the Baldies. Because they're all cursed to hell. So good. I love that they're all wearing glasses.
Not bald, just cursed. God hates balds. Oh my God, dude, that is
so good. I think we just found our thumbnail.
Yes. I will screen cap that. That is the fucking thumbnail. That is beautiful.
I love it.
Oh, thank you. I gotta save this picture.
So who's gonna pay my therapy bills? Because
doesn't that come after the hair plugs? I don't think we said what God and Slave wins. This was actually won previously by someone who was not a fucking patron. If you're not a patron, stop fucking guessing. You're not going to get shit. All right? But since someone got this and is not a patron or did not do as I asked and hit me up on Patreon, this is going out to God and Slaves. It's The Sky Is Not the Limit by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
That's cool.
Yes. Trying to give out things that are not all Ann Coulter and shit like the Rush Limbaugh and shit like, because I realized that nobody wants to win that. So at least these books are things that people will want to read.
There's that bit of excitement when you like order something online or you're receiving something from online. Like there's that excitement to like rip open the paper and hold it and stuff. But it's like all of that just fucking, dude, like it 180 so quick because you rip it open, it's like Rush Limbaugh like on this cover from 1991 or something.
The good news is I don't know if everyone that's won a book has checked, but like within like either the front cover or maybe the first page, there's always a goddamn podcast sticker. Sometimes I don't include them for people that win a fuckload of shit, like 1AK. He's Jesus Christ.
Walter?
That kid's got a whole bookshelf from us. He's one of the few people who's made money on this thing by being a patron.
You can't put a sticker like that in with 1AK shit. Except that 1AK. Why is GD on this sticker in the mail?
I don't want this sent to my house anymore, 1AK.
You get this GD sticker out of my house, 1AK.
It's a goddamn tragedy that they send it to you with the name 1AK on it. Why not? Why don't you just go by your name, Walter? It's such a beautiful name, Walter.
Are you ashamed of us, Walter? We named you.
He said, what was the comment he left on the last one? He said he felt like somebody. I can't remember who. Constantly. Poor bastard. He'll let us know. He poor Walter. Well, Walter, better luck next time. This time it goes to God and Slaves. And thank you again for being a patron. If you're not a patron and you want in on being able to get some of this awesome shit, maybe you should check out our Patreon at patreon.com/goddamn.
God damn. Anyways, we have all kinds of shit lined up here, man. Let's hit this hard. Fair use, bitches.
But first, before I read the scripture, Amos chapter 6. Brother Copeland, I was flying home from a meeting, and I had come out of a glorious meeting. I had just finished, me and Creflo Dollar were preaching. Had a glorious meeting.
Pause it. Do we remember Creflo Dollar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the guy that said he wanted to preach on Mars.
Whoa, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, that was in that same clip that we showed where he talked about needing his new $60 million jet. He said, if I can do it, I'll preach on Mars.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That's just an excuse to get a spaceship.
So I was, for lack of a better way to say it, I was spiritually high. I said, people were saved, touched, and blessed. Got in the plane that God so graciously gave us. We're flying home.
Yeah.
God didn't give you shit. A bunch of people, poor people, gave it to you.
God so graciously gave them a plane, Dark Matter. Don't you understand how it works? When you want a plane, right? When you're like, damn, you know what I really need? A private jet. What you do is you pray. You don't go shopping for a jet. You don't haggle on the price. You don't.
Wait a minute.
You don't even have to have it maintained or refueled because you just say, God, I know you gave me this plane, so
you know
they
what
don't
I
need to do a safety check before we take off.
So wait a minute, Dark Matter. You're telling me you went to the lot and bought the Lotus? You didn't just pray for it? Seriously?
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know I could just ask God.
You kidding me? Somebody left it out by their garbage cans, and Dark Matter was like, "Oh, look, a Lotus. I'll take it. Sure." It's because nobody wants a fucking Lotus.
Oh,
Jesus, it's like a broken washing machine. Who wants that? Get it the fuck out of my house. Yeah.
I was waiting for a sigh.
I'm pretty sure he muted himself inside.
I'm not giving you the satisfaction.
As I was going home, the Lord, real quickly, he said, Jesse, do you like your plane? Now, I thought that's an...
Isn't that just fucking... I watched this because I know this guy because my mom used to love this guy. And I watched it because he doesn't show up in a whole lot of our videos. And I'm just like... He sits there and just has, he's going to tell you this story. He has a full 2-way audible conversation with God in this fucking airplane.
And my favorite part is what the conversation is about.
Yeah, it's like,
you're in a fucking private jet, but apparently it's not good enough.
Yeah,
well, that's where the conversation goes.
Well, he couldn't have just done this on a public plane. That's the big point they want to hit on.
Yeah.
That's why they need private jets, pretty much.
Although I got to admit, I don't know if I'd feel. Obviously, if it was a Muslim stood up on a fucking private plane,
yes, Allah.
Yes. He's like, yes, I hear you, Allah. I hear what you're saying to me. I would be like, oh fuck. But I don't know that I would feel that much better if it was a fucking Christian guy either, because God knows there's all kinds of crazy shit nowadays.
I mean, it depends, man. If you're on a fucking plane and anybody stands up and starts making a loud noise like these days, you're just like, oh.
I'm hoping that because I took such a cheap flight that it'll just be full of poor people that couldn't afford to make a bomb or some shit.
TJ's flight was so cheap, he's gonna have to be smuggled in a duffel bag or some shit.
$89 after taxes and fees
from Florida to Vegas.
From a straight flight from Orlando to Vegas.
Dude, that is gonna be the shittiest flight.
I know. Oh, I know. But and not only that, but they're gonna charge me for my luggage. I know that's where they're gonna make some of their money back. But it was unfortunately the only direct flight. Every fucking other airline had a layover, and the layovers sucked. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather sit in a shitty flight straight through than have a decent flight and have a 4 or 5 hour layover in some shit town. The only decent layover was Colorado.
You could just stay there and get stoned.
That was kind of the idea, but it was only a 3.5 hour layover, and that's I don't know if that's enough. The last thing I want to do is get stranded halfway to where I'm fucking going. Just take a direct flight, get it over with.
It's like me and neighbor waiting around in Vegas, TJ, calling him up, where the fuck you at? He's like,
yeah, no,
dude,
I arrived
I'm
first.
so fucked up in Colorado right now. I'm in Denver, bro. You have no idea.
Oh, fuck. Can you send me $89? I need to catch another flight.
Odd statement. I said, well, certainly, Lord. He said, do you really like it? And I thought, well, yes, Lord. Then he said this, so that's it? I didn't know how to handle it for me. I went, what? He said, you're going to let your faith stagnate? Now, when he said that, that shocked me. I went, whoa, wait. I literally unbuckled my seatbelt, my plane. I stood up. My pilots looked at me and said, do you need something? I said, no, I'm talking to God right now. And he went back to flying.
They're like, quick, lock the doors. Yeah, lock the doors.
Yeah, I'd go back to flying too. Like this. If the guy is having a direct conversation with God, then God doesn't want to kill him, right? So why would you even have to go back to flying? You take your hands off. Let Jesus take the wheel, or the yoke, in this case.
By the way, for any impressionable kids or impressionable adults watching, don't do that.
Yeah,
don't let Jesus take
the
wheel.
point is that if you really have faith that you're communicating with God, you don't even need a fucking someone flying the plane, right? It's all in God's hands. And by the way, God's not even. You're letting your faith stagnate if you don't try and get a more expensive plane. Was that the point? Are you happy with this plane? Yes, Lord. Are you sure you're happy? Yes, Lord.
You're gonna let your faith
so
stagnate?
that's it? You're just gonna let your faith stagnate? Like what? Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I believe in Jesus so hard that I need a nicer plane.
I said, Lord, I don't think I was letting my faith stagnate. He said, so this is all I could ever do. I said, you're trying to tell me something. He said, go to the book of Amos. So if you're at the book of Amos, I want to read the scripture.
May I interrupt you there
yes,
for
sir.
a second? Mm-hmm. You couldn't have done that on an airliner.
No, sir.
Of all the things you could think of.
Can I tell you guys something right now? All right. Now, my dentures don't fit quite right, but you couldn't have done that on an airliner. You understand?
Think of all of the objections you could possibly have to what this retard's saying. And this guy's, hey, you couldn't have done that on an airliner.
That's why you need a jet. People keep sending that money.
Yeah, that's where he's going with it. I guess he's trying to make a point that you don't get the free speech like that around other people, but the actual end argument is, so get a private jet.
Because that's what you need for somebody who's supposed to be proselytizing, a private jet.
And this is someone who was just preaching with Creflo fucking dollar, who wanted, I think it was $64 million to buy a jet that they checked it, and it could not properly carry supplies anywhere it was going. To help people at all. So it's basically just, I want to go around in comfort. Mm-hmm. And Jesus is into that. In fact, I'm pretty sure that if I was flying first class in my own plane, Jesus might even give me a foot bath with a hot towel, a hot towelette.
Well, wasn't there a part in the Bible where Jesus was getting a little bit pampered, and he says, what, I don't have that much time left?
Yeah, yes. Oh, yeah. That's where, the woman comes in and starts, washing his feet with her hair.
Is that before he's crucified?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then, there's parts where he starts washing their feet and stuff like that, but then they're I have this image in that story of, Jesus sitting around the table, and they're, filing his nails, and, one guy's back behind him, massaging him, and, they're, washing his feet.
Question for you two. Let's say you've got colon cancer, and some guy named Jesus says he can cure it, but all he has to do is fuck you up the ass with his holy dick.
How old am I?
Well, I don't know.
It matters.
Okay, what's the difference between young and old there?
Well, because if I was already old and have lived a full life and stuff, it's just it's going to be over before long, anyways.
I mean, most 8-year-olds don't have colon cancer.
Right, but I'm saying am I my age now?
Sure.
I don't know. How well endowed is this guy? There's a lot of questions.
That's a question that Drew wants to know. He's like, wait a second. So Jesus can cure my colon cancer by fucking me up the butt. How big is he again?
Yeah, that's literally what my question is. Is he?
Well,
is he he's a
Middle Eastern guy. All right. So you got that going for you.
I don't know what the hang down ratio is for Middle Eastern guys.
Let's Just for the sake of argument.
I love that we're going this route.
We'll go 7.
But remember though, he is magical. So after your colon cancer gets cured, you might suspiciously come down with a case of throat cancer.
And he might have to cure that later. So
I would have to think about it.
So 7 inches is a think about it thing.
Well, what kind of girth are we talking about here?
We'll just say average. Let's.
Average
what
girth.
about like a Susan B. Anthony? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
I'm a little bit taken aback at how much consideration Drew is giving this. Like
dude, who the fuck wants
Pretty sure
colon
Dark
cancer?
Matter and I are in the same book. We'll take the colon cancer. Thank you.
Dude, I would debate it. I mean, I'm secure enough in my sexuality that I would just be like, well, if it gets rid of fucking colon cancer, like I'll take one up the butt. I guess.
Hey Drew, I think you have colon cancer, and my name is Jesus. I'll meet you in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, you see, I'm not a sap though.
I think you are.
Maybe
you just put a lot of time.
It's going to take more than 6 of these, TJ.
Yeah, I if you're wearing that corn patch and they're selling them, I'll buy you more than 6.
Oh man, I'm gonna like wake up spooning with TJ, and I'm like, no.
No. Oh God.
And I just look over, and he's still wearing his glasses, has like a big grin on his face.
My mental image is like me being behind you and waking up, and there's like someone with long hair, and I'm like, wait a second, this isn't right. And then I look at your face, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is right.
Then he just kind of snuggles in.
Stand up and say, what'd you say, Lord?
No.
Okay, no, yeah. And the guy sitting over there saying, what the hell does he think he's doing? You can't do that.
You can't do that.
No. This is so important. And those of you
They didn't say that they're like, you can't do that on a plane, but they're talking about from the Christian perspective. As we alluded to earlier, if a Muslim was to do it, and they were a passenger on that plane, would they be like, oh, well, he's just having a conversation with God. It's not a big deal. Bullshit. This is very one-sided, and this is something that I try to avoid at all costs, is like, saying that it's not that there's a difference between a Christian talking to God on a plane and a Muslim talking on God on a plane and how scared you might be, but there is a difference in that you, as a Christian, shouldn't be calling or saying it's okay when you would not be okay with it if it was like a Muslim, because that would be more scary to you. Your argument loses a bunch of its sway when you are basically being extremely one-sided. And it's the same thing they do with like the free speech and the teaching religion in school. They're very one-sided about all of that. Displayments or displaying the 10 Commandments or the nativity scene. It's always one-sided with that shit. They never they're very unhappy when other sides are represented.
just now coming into these things, in the first place, Jesse and I and others, Keith Moore and Creflo and all of us, the world is in such a shape, we can't get there without this.
That's right.
We've got to have this. We would have the mess
Oh my
that the
God,
airlines
it
are in
reminds
today.
me of a little kid begging for a specific present for Christmas.
I've got to have it. I've got to.
He's talking about
You're going to
can't-
shoot your eye out, kid.
Little kid going through all the reasons he needs it. I mean, that's what this reminds me of.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he's doing. He's like, well, we can't get to all these places, like we can in these jets if we were to take, like, the public airways.
All right, I just want to point out, in this shot, you can see each of these stupid motherfuckers has a USB heated coaster for their fucking coffee.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, look at the setup here. Like, the background, I was looking at that earlier. It's, like, gold-plated over, like, the little makeshift, like, cabinet over there and, like, fancy-ass plates and, like, stone walls. And
Dude,
shit.
they have private jets. Of course
Yeah.
their fucking set is going to be overly done. And, I mean, like, hey, you know what would be awesome? Some USB. I'm going to talk like him here.
You know, it'd be awesome if we had some of them USB. We can't do the Lord's work without USB heated coasters. Understand? We can't do the Lord's work with cold coffee, sir.
It's not possible. We need it.
I gotta have the finest coffee too, and I need 2 12-year-old boys to grind that coffee with their feet, their bare feet. It's what Jesus wants.
Oh, fucking Vanilla Isis in the chat says that, dude, his dentures just moved.
They're the most ill-fitting. You would think with all that money they could get dentures that fucking fit. But he looks like he struggles to put his lips together.
I would have to stop. I'm being very conservative. At least 75 to 80, more like 90% of what we're doing, because you can't get there from here.
It's impossible.
So and this was such a good illustration.
Are they not doing it from there right now? Aren't they broadcasting to more people than they go and actually meet on their private jets right fucking now?
You got to get in there.
Yeah.
You gotta.
So what the fuck are they doing? If you got to get in there, what are they wasting their breath for right now? They're just saying what their fucking audience wants to fucking hear?
They're rock stars, man. They got to go on tour.
This shit is pathetic, man. Really pathetic. Like, I expect people that watch this to, like, then watch the Jim Baker fucking infomercial afterwards and possibly buy, like, 10 years worth of tater soup.
You got to understand, as nice as that set is, it's not a 5-star hotel. It's not a sandy beach. Okay?
God. Yeah, well, yeah, as nice as first class on any... Do you realize that a jet that costs... What was it? Let's say a jet they're trying to buy is like $20 million, right? And that's a conservative estimate.
What a
$20 million. Do you know how many fucking how many first class tickets $20 million buys? Let me put it this way: a lifetime's worth. You can spend like pretty much the rest of your life flying first class every day. You
can't get revelations from God though on the flight.
Oh, I forgot. Well, maybe for that kind of money you could just get all of first class.
Yeah, dude, you could just probably rent the whole fucking plane for like a.
You know what I'm saying? Buy every fucking ticket for the rest of. Look at how old they are.
Yeah.
Look at how old they are. They're not going to make it that much longer. You could buy at least a decade's worth of fucking the entire goddamn first class with $20 million or whatever. It just doesn't make any fucking sense, and it's really, really sad to watch them try and excuse it. And it's even sadder to know that people buy that shit.
Yep. Here's something else people watch and buy.
I'm a 50s boy, okay? And the other day, God was speaking to me to
why does God only speak to assholes?
And, of course...
This guy's pretty bald, too.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Worth pointing out.
I would say this is a 50-50.
Yeah.
But...
closer... I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess 50-50 is fair. But that's the classic... That's what most bald people end up. So it's got to be over 50.
I would fucking so love to see Dark Matter with this.
The horseshoe?
Oh, God damn it. I would be relentless. I would get a horseshoe tattoo if you'll grow out your horseshoe. How's that?
I just swapped out my razor. It's so sharp that not even a shadow of that horseshoe can be seen. Sorry.
Your head is super fucking shiny is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Do you put like cream on it after you shave it?
No. I'm not all weird about it.
No, well, I mean, I would imagine that like straight razor shaving your entire fucking face and head all the time would kind of get irritating.
I'm pretty manly.
All I heard was that you're used to being irritated. Irritating, probably. You drive a Lotus. We all know. Can we start this one? I want to hear what he's saying a little bit further back. Yeah.
I'm a 50s boy, okay? And the other day, God was speaking to me to tell you to wake up. And, of course, when you get my age, your brain always goes back to your childhood, you know, or to your teen years. And the Everly Brothers were very popular back then. And, in fact, they used to tell me I looked a little like one of the Everly Brothers, but that was when I had hair and was black.
That's when he had hair. Did you notice that?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Did you hear that
Yep,
line?
yep, it's over now.
No.
That's him. When he was 19-year-old preaching.
How come you cherry pick the things to believe that comes out of this guy's mouth?
You ruined it for me. It was, but it's over now. I used to have hair, but I lost it somehow.
Copyright that shit.
Hair and they sang a song called "Wake Up, Little Susie." I think was the name of the song. But God was speaking. Tell the people, wake up, people. I was singing, "Wake up, little Susie." I was saying, "Wake up, people, wake up, people."
What the fuck is he talking about? He's actually going back to his notes to find out what God told to him.
Dude, I love it.
That's some shit you remember.
Yeah, he's like, wait a second, I wrote this down because I had to make it up, and I wanted to make sure I remembered what I made up. It says right here, all right, it says, and then I said, little Susie, wake up, little Susie, but it's because it's wake up, people, wake up. I'm actually surprised this guy's not like a judge or like politician. Because he's really no different than like Ted Cruz or fucking Mike Huckabee.
This is like Louis Gohmert's
other fucking people, and they're the same fucking kind of people, but somehow they're respected as fucking politicians and have been elected as governors and whatnot. This fucking, it's absolutely saddens and it's ridiculous, man. It saddens the fuck out of me to know that if they're not trying to sell you potato soup, they're trying to fucking legislate the laws in your state and shit.
Well, think about it, though. It's like he said, he's a child of the 50s, and a lot young people are just not voters. I mean, older people are the ones voting, and I have a feeling that has something to do with it.
It does.
I'm absolutely sure that,
especially midterms, man.
Dude,
because they hold them on a Tuesday. People fucking work.
Yeah.
Guess who's got the day off on Tuesday? Retired ass old people. That's why the Republican Party is dying, and it's now gaining strength through the political correctness shit. Like people like Donald Trump are using that. You don't have to be a fucking Republican to be against fucking political correctness. In fact, the Republicans demand political correctness when it applies to them. Mm-hmm. They've been guilty of this shit I don't know how many times. Like, oh, you're coming against us if you say anything against us, but then they do nothing but talk shit. Like, you expect when you involve yourself in that you're gonna be fucking involved in it.
I know, and it's like I've said before. This new SJW thing over the last couple of years has been shit that I've been dealing with from the Christians, like them getting offended about every little thing. It's just now that hyper offended mentality is kind of spread into the secular world now.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and it comes from I've seen from both sides. I think I've seen people who love to call out the PC pussies, but then they get like really edgy about words being used and shit like that. Well, guess what? That's really not that different. From the people that you're trying to call out. And I've always, I guess, had a problem with hypocrisy, and I've said it before. I know I've been hypocritical. It's almost impossible to avoid being hypocritical when you put yourself out there, especially for hours at a time. I've changed my mind about things. I do my best to not be a hypocrite, but I'm sure I'm guilty of it. But there are a lot of people out there that don't seem to put that much effort into not being hypocritical while calling out other people for being hypocritical, which to me is a huge red fucking flag. And I have to second guess everything coming out of your mouth after that because I know the way that you go about shit.
By the way, Jama made another picture, and I like it, everything about it, except for the necklace.
Lotus.
Was it Lotus?
Lotus and his bling ring. Look at that joint. Jesus.
That's a classy joint.
Classy joint.
I love it. I love that people put together this fan art for us.
That took work too. Look at how he had to go around the fingers.
Oh yeah, I know. He actually put a little bit of time into it. Certainly not a 1AK joint.
It would, yeah, it would. There would be nothing there but a joint, and it would be like, I think 1AK just takes it into paint and does like the little, like the pencil, and just draws white.
Motherfucker's got the bling ring over the first 3 fingers and then a pinky ring too. I love it. God is good to me. That's right. Apparently he is. It must be real nice.
Real nice. You hear that?
Real
Drew-Bonics
nice.
Sweeping the nation. Drew-Bonics.
Oh shit!
Christ.
Fucking A. I love this show, man. I think I laugh harder during these 3 hours every week than any other fucking time.
Well, it's because your life's so horrible, man. I mean, you got.
It's not that. It's just that, I feel like, I don't know. I guess the difference is people that actually want to listen to what I have to say, and then I get like witty responses, and that I don't get in my day to day, I guess.
You can call it Drew-Bonics. You can call it Drewisms. Whatever you want. I am fortunate enough.
I'll call it Drewmanclature.
Drewmanclature. I love that I actually have one of those names that fits into all these little phrases. So it's a classy thing, if your name was, Troy Joe, it's hard to kind of fit that in there. But I think you can fit Tej into things.
We call it T-Jive.
T-Jive? No, not bad. Not bad. What would you do for dark matter? Dark matterisms?
No. It would be Ebaldics.
Fucking zing, man. I love it.
Ding, 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 ding. This is me drunk too. I'm drunk and stoned and still witty.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's way more clever than I get when I'm stoned. That's, God damn it, not happening. I'm just like curled up in a ball trying to sleep on the floor.
Well, I'm sure we'll get to that point. I'll wait till the end of the night before I smoke you out.
And this year ended with some.
Wait, pause. Somebody said dark mutters. That's good. I like that.
Dude, I've done forgot what the hell this asshole's talking about.
He's a 50s kid. God told him
to wake people up.
Yeah, wake people up through with Sally or some shit.
Little Susie, wake up, little Susie.
See, this is what God does. He has like this, this old fuck here that hawks this shitty potato soup. And God tells him, hey, you remember back when you were a kid? And God uses the Everly Brothers to like get this dude to like do his shit.
Dude, if religion didn't exist, if there was no such thing as God belief, this guy is a fucking panhandler out on the intersection.
Yes. What is it that Hitchens used to say? Selling pencils out of a cup? Hitchens used to use that line. If it wasn't for, I think he said that about Jerry Falwell. If it wasn't pretty much for how like credulous the masses are, he would be selling pencils out of a cup like on a street corner.
It is really sad because he panders to the ignorant so fucking much.
And one of my favorite things about the Jim Bakker show is how that picture of Jesus in the background, he's always there like, guys. Like he has like his hands out and he's just like, ugh.
He's peeping Jehovah.
If you could see me, I mean, that's his I'm not affiliated with Jim Bakker pose.
Yes.
He's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
He's got that fucking radio.
He's like, come on. He's got the come on face constantly.
Come on.
Most outlandish storms.
Quote
at
TJ,
Christmas.
come on face.
And Rick Joyner, all these Ricks, Rick Joyner warned us, and he said, when you see extremes, it's a warning from God. Now, just You know, earthquakes in diverse places. It's not earthquakes. It's earthquakes in many places. The word diverse, of course, means many places. Most kids probably wouldn't have any idea what earthquakes in diverse places even mean. I want people...
Are you kidding me? You're going to sit there and say that kids don't understand the word diverse? Not diverse, by the way. You sounds like you're saying we're
I thought he said diverse.
I thought he said diverse.
I thought he
too.
was talking about some divers that
that's
experienced an earthquake.
Yeah, and that's why I was thinking. I was like, maybe the kids don't get it because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
It's diverse.
Yeah,
they're diverse.
That's worse than Drew-Bonics.
Wait, there's nothing wrong with Drew-Bonics, dude. Drew-Bonics is straight up. That's the future, goddammit.
Hashtag eBaldics.
Well, to know the word. And so, earthquakes in many places.
Right.
And so, the storms.
Actually, that doesn't really mean that many. Diverse just means like more widespread. I mean, you could say many or whatever, but earthquakes have always fucking happened. This is what I'm saying. Like, earthquakes happen in religious areas, non-religious areas. You know where they happen? They'll happen mostly along fault lines. Or, more recently, where they're doing fucking fracking and shit.
Yeah.
That's
said,
where you fucking get earthquakes, you moron.
He said there are many earthquakes. Let me read these 3 sentences. The USGS estimates that several million earthquakes occur in the world each year. Many go undetected because they hit remote areas or have very small magnitudes. The NEIC now locates about 50 earthquakes each day, or about 20,000 a year.
Okay, I counteract that with, if Jesus is real, a volcano will erupt within the next 100 years.
Bam.
See? Gotcha.
And you know what? And even
use natural disasters, I'll use them too, all right?
And even if we found out, like, let's say in the next 100 years there's no volcanic activity, they'll always say, like, it happened on another planet somewhere.
It would be better if they said, earthquake. There's so many earthquakes because God stamps his feet because he doesn't get his way so often.
Oh, man.
Nothing wrong with Drew-Bonics, Star Matter. What the dill?
What the dill, bro?
That's what they're saying in the chat. Cosmic Dust.
Nothing wrong with Drew-Bonics. Dar Matter.
Get back with us here in the real world, all right?
It's a real world. It's a real deal here. I love that. I want to get that on a T-shirt. Drew-Bonics is the real deal. I like that.
We'll work on it. We'll work on one T-shirt for maybe each of us, or maybe all 3 on one shirt.
That'd be sweet. I like that.
We'll have the same setup here, the totem pole.
Why I gotta be on the bottom?
You know why.
Kara P says, as someone that lives in Houston, we don't speak like Drew. He is failing in English. That's bullshit. And I don't live in Houston. People do talk a little different in Houston.
He's totally felling.
But I'm from like a small hick town. And yes,
no shit, huh?
We all do.
No shit. Small hick town Drew. Hey Drew, what kind of pickup truck you drive?
Chevy.
Drew's town is so small that they all share the same pool. Gene pool. Oh.
That was great, man.
Shit.
That was
great. You know how Drew got circumcised? You guys know how Drew got circumcised?
Oh, is this going to be
sister in the jaw?
He kicked his sister in the jaw. Jesus. That's for both of you sons of bitches.
Hold on, let me get in there.
Let me get in there.
Proud to wear the Merkin. Hold on, you making it too small.
Enjoy, motherfuckers. Are we done with Jim Baker?
No. Let's hear more.
We don't know what
this got to get better. No, it gets to the extreme weather, I believe.
Christmas Day, I think it was.
Christmas Day and the day after Christmas, there was wildfires in California.
I think the wildfires started on Christmas.
Mm-hmm. So we had wildfires, we had tornadoes, and we had blizzards.
People
all in
killed.
the same week.
And flooding.
And flooding. Oh, major flooding.
Texas was 80-something degrees.
Right.
And then a blizzard on the other part, in the same state.
That's right. Amarillo got close to 2 feet of snow.
So then flooding, worse flooding probably in years. I think it was back to
By the way, I just want to point out, climate change has nothing to do with any bit of this.
No.
Prophecy.
It's God.
It's God.
It's Gord.
1800 or something.
By the way, the same people that are these people on the same side as people who are like, it's just the natural digression of the earth. It goes through phases, which might be true to a certain degree, but holy fuck, have we helped that? And I mean, and it's so obvious. It's so fucking obvious. And I mean, shit like building cities under sea level doesn't fucking help. All right, but at the same time, I mean, weather patterns are, I mean, they're trackable. We have fucking history of this shit. We know that bad shit happens and all that, but at the rate it's happening now, you don't think any of that has to deal with like the massive amount of pollution and population that the Earth is fucking having to deal with.
And you're going to believe that over a Jewish carpenter that flew into the clouds? Really?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Where's your skepticism, bro?
Okay, you got me.
Here, we're going to move. We only have about 10 minutes left here. We're going to move into a double. We're going to do a twofer here. We might can pull 3 out of this.
I'm seeing the usual suspects.
Yes, that's going to be. We have a 3 for Last Nerve here. It's
Jesus.
3 of them. All right.
Vote on your favorite, I guess.
Okay, Luz says, Pat, my daughter was baptized and accepted Jesus as a child, but during the past 3 years, she believes she's gay. She'll be 18 in June and says she's moving in with her girlfriend. I believe that she's confused, and I have reminded her of God's promises for her. I don't accept this lifestyle because I believe God's word and truth for marriage. I continue to believe and pray for revelation and God's truth over her. How do I have a relationship with her?
Okay, I'm gonna answer.
Love her and
A lot of the kids today, they go through the phases, these phases where they think they like to lick the genitalia of other of the same sex. And she's just gonna grow out of it. You have to introduce her to a different genitalia.
Beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
He's so goddamn spot on.
All those arguments you used to make about like why you don't promote the goddamn podcast to your subscribers now totally fucking make sense to me, because I wouldn't want a large section of people that like me to have to listen to what you just said either. Okay?
Cocktaboo, she likes to lick a labia. Do you know what a labia is?
Yes, and I also enjoy that.
But she's a woman. She's a woman.
It's kind of hot.
Somebody said in the chat, Pat's holding his head awful high today, and he is.
Oh yeah, damn! They must have forgot to put his shoulder pads in.
He normally has like the fucking setup a linebacker has. That's what he looks like, because his head's down here.
Fucking Jesus Christ! I was just gonna go with the 80s shoulder pads, but full linebacker pads Drew goes with.
Let her know you love her, and don't ever stop loving her, and let her know that.
You notice how Pat's kind of semi-bald?
No, don't even put that on me.
No, he's not. I'm going to go with Dark Matter on this one. He's not bald. He's just got like he's not a 4 head. It's like a 5 head.
That's like a 7 head.
No, maybe.
He's bald like halfway back.
Dude, his head might only be that much bald, but his brain is totally bald.
Yeah, he's bald on the inside where it matters.
That's all that matters. Hashtag bald on the inside. Oh, shit. Jesus Christ, that's fucking hilarious.
That you will be there for her whenever she needs it. But you've got to let her know, too, clearly what you just said. You don't accept the lifestyle. So it's a difficult thing, but I think many young people, they think they're transsexual, and they think they've got to have a...
Do you think
I mean, I know he's not going to buy any of this, but is it really right to call it a lifestyle? I mean, lifestyle kind of denotes like some kind of choice in the matter. Like,
well, they think it is.
The ironic thing there is that it's people like Pat Robertson that have forced them to have a lifestyle, because they are saying, no, you don't fit into our society. So they kind of almost force them to have an outside kind of lifestyle. You, if you're not comfortable going to a regular bar as a gay person, guess what? You go to a gay bar. And it's people that think along Pat Robertson's lines that have almost forced that counterculture.
Yeah, and also when you refer to that as a lifestyle, I'm kind of actually wondering, I've never thought about it before. How do you define a lifestyle? And even if you do define that as a lifestyle, that doesn't necessarily mean like it's like a negative thing.
Exactly. There's a metal lifestyle.
Yeah. I mean, because I guess it goes into how do you what would you define a lifestyle?
There are people that define their entire lifestyle around like driving their cars and shit like that, or
he has a lifestyle based around his religion.
Exactly. It's like that hypocrisy thing I pointed out. Like if your lifestyle is all based around like a certain thing, you maybe don't want to go calling out other people for having a lifestyle based all on a certain thing, because it makes you look like, well, did his head sink a little bit? Because
yeah,
it was
it
was drooping. Because I swear to God, his shoulders were below his ears before. Is his ears
like half and half
sinking or what?
Let's see. Maybe by the end of the video, his head will be in his fucking lap.
Turtle.
Sex change operation. They've got to do this, that, and the other. And they don't really know what they're talking about because they're too young to know. And I have a feeling the same thing. You know, there's nothing that says that somebody can't be attracted to the opposite sex. Young girls have crushes, and they have crushes on their teachers, and they have crushes on other girls as well as boys. And that's one of those things that happens. But that'll get differentiated as she gets older. But if she gets wrapped up in that lifestyle, she may never get out of it. So all I can say is love her and pray for her.
Wait a second. So if it gets differentiated when they get older, who's to say that it only differentiates in the heterosexual way?
Exactly.
Like there's some people who differentiate towards the homosexual way. So who the fuck's business is it of yours to fucking go tell other people? This is my main problem. It's where you don't get to go tell other people what they can and can't do. Now, of course, there are roadblocks. Like if you want to have like you want to have non-gender bathroom like at every place, that becomes kind of an issue, right? Like if you want to have it every fast food place and every place that offers a bathroom, you want to have a non-gender bathroom. That might, and you make it like policy. That might be a pain in the ass. In fact, too much of a pain in the ass to actually go through with. You might just need to feel, maybe we just be okay with the people that if a guy has like gone and gotten surgeries or is planning on doing so or wants to or crosses or feels more comfortable fucking using a women's bathroom and he's not fucking doing anything illegal or sexually molesting or exposing himself or anything like that out of the fucking ordinary, I don't see why it's everyone's fucking business to tell him which bathroom he has to fucking use. I know that I know all three of us here, we just use the men's bathroom. But for a lot of fucking other people, it's just not that fucking easy. It takes a little bit of consideration, but don't at the same time expect like all the consideration in the world. I'm totally disagree with Pat Robertson, but I also disagree with the idea of like going too far with it, going the I guess SJW or regressive route about the whole thing. Just use some fucking common sense. Be accepting of other people. Don't be a complete douchebag. Don't be uptight about it. Don't get your panties in a wad every time things don't go exactly your fucking way. And that goes for both sides.
Well,
I guess.
and there's a lot to it too, man. It's like if you when you're setting up laws, you can't leave a whole lot of gray area for laws. I mean, just because of how they work. I mean, if it's because theoretically, I'm right there with TJ on that. That's what you would do. Well, if you started making laws and stuff like that, where, for instance, if anybody says that they identify as a female, they get to go in the female's restroom, or vice versa, or whatever. That would just be an excuse to get away with things for certain people, and that's not the majority or anything.
You wouldn't get away with shit. Like, people have to be. You can be accepting of someone identifying as a woman using the woman's bathroom. That doesn't mean you have to accept a dude coming in there just to creep out and shit. Like, obviously that would be an issue.
Yeah,
you're not allowed to do that shit.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, when you make that into a law, so what do you do? Like, the guy's like, well, no, I identify as a female. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to stop him from going in there? Because that's already a fucking PR fiasco for most places.
Aren't all the women's stalls fucking locked door shit anyway?
Yeah, but I'm just telling you from the standpoint, you get some asshole in there that's fucking peeking over the top, watching women take shits and stuff like that.
That's against the law to do, even if you're another woman.
Absolutely,
or man in the men's bathroom.
And it should be, but that's what I'm saying is that's that other side of it and stuff like that. It's the people that abuse that, because the people that generally
have
are
laws
fighting
to
for
deal with people that would abuse that kind of shit, whether they identify as a man in the woman's bathroom or identify as a woman in the woman's bathroom or whatever. We already have laws to address that shit. We just need to continue following along with those things, while at the same time taking our fucking nose out of the ass of everyone the fuck else, man. Let people the fuck be. This idea of having to tell everybody what they can and can't do, like as a whole in society, and it's kind of like Trump mentality as far as I'm concerned, and it's sickening that shit is taken off, and I just don't agree with it. There's a fuck lot more nuance than just ban them, fuck them, stupid, kick them out.
Well, the sad fact is that it's so rare for a lot of places. I mean, just the low percentage of the populace that's trans, that when a situation does occur, trans person legitimately using the bathroom they feel comfortable with, a lot of people are going to be taken aback because that's not the norm for them. And I hate to say it, but I think it's always going to be an issue.
Dude, it's not like let's say a woman identifies as a man. She wants to use the men's bathroom, which, okay, let's say a woman identifies as a man and tries to look as much like a man as possible and goes into the women's bathroom, and the women think it's a man. Mm-hmm. Is that a problem? Okay, now if that same woman that looks like a man uses the men's bathroom, is it against the law for her to use the stand-up urinal? You understand that there are tons of fucking nuances, but you can't. The last way you want to go about it is the kind of way Pat Robertson wants to go about it.
Right.
Which is, telling other people what the fuck to do about it. I guess that's my point. Understand the cases, the nuances, tweak the laws if that's what it takes. But, we already have a lot of laws in place. Like, if you sexually assault someone else in a bathroom, it doesn't matter whether you're a woman in the woman's bathroom or a man in the woman's bathroom or any variation of those. There are laws in place already that say, no, that's not okay. And you feeling uncomfortable does not mean you just get to call the shots. Put it that way.
Right. Yeah. That's well said. Let's try to get through. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do one more. We'll do another one.
I would just like to sum up that last clip, though. That was somebody asking Pat Robertson, who is basically a 150-year-old man, how to get someone else to stop licking pussy.
Turn to Jesus.
Beautiful.
Step number 1.
Here, let's do this one.
This is Shannon, who says, hi, I'm 14, and I grew up listening to rock music. Recently, I've been obsessed with the rock band. Some of their songs have some strange lyrics. Now, my dad is telling me that I should second-guess listening to their music. I love Christian music, too, but I find myself not letting go of my rock music because that's what I was born listening to. So can I listen to both rock and Christian music? Please help.
By the way, Christian music, I'm sorry, even aside from the Christianity part, is just shitty fucking music.
There is some decent like Christian metal out there.
No, there is not. Everything I have been pointed in the direction of is just garbage.
I listened to a Christian band, and some of their lyrics were like "Crucify your kids." Like,
well, it doesn't sound very Christian.
They were a Christian band. There's a lot of. I've listened to a bunch of them. In fact, I was really good friends with a huge black dude that was hardcore Christian and like was a sick ass bass player, and he taught me all kinds of tricks on the bass.
I hope he gets better.
No, I mean, like,
oh come on.
I've most of it does suck. I'll agree, but there are some that's totally decent. For me, like if I listen to music and I don't know it's Christian, I can't tell from the lyrics that it's like hardcore Christian, like oh hallelujah, fuck that shit. But if I can't even tell and it's doing pretty decent, I could listen to it. It still sucks, but I'm really more interested in hearing if Pat Robertson thinks that she can mix rock and Christian music.
Let's find out.
It depends on what rock you're listening to. I mean, some of the stuff is just evil. They used to talk about kill your parents, and there were just some evil things, and there were odes to Satan, and so you don't want that stuff coming into your mind. There's some beat that's out there that, probably isn't all that bad, although in one Indian context, they were playing rock music, and the person said, "Why are you calling on the demons?" Because that was the kind of music they used to summon demons.
What?
This kind of shit that comes out of this guy's mouth.
The Indians use this kind of rock music to summon demons.
Well, I mean, it is pretty cool. I mean, TJ might know this because he actually plays an instrument, but like some of the like the tritones and stuff like that, in medieval times they were banned because those notes going together, it's like you have the flat fifth or whatever, and like these scales. And it's when people heard that back in the day, they thought it was just so fucking evil that it was banned.
Yeah, it sounded really ominous and whatever.
Yeah, so like the song, that's the famous thing about the song Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath is that it plays like the whole song is based off of that scale, so it sounds like evil. And pretty much what the deal is that it's still working apparently because it scares people like Pat Robertson, and they're like, somebody is summoning demons with this music.
Name your band Black Sabbath probably doesn't help either.
Yeah, probably.
So anyhow, again, the evil in the world is so pervasive that we just need to stay in prayer. We need to stay in the Word of God, and we need to have fellowship with one another. But the truth is, if we don't have any relation with that, we'll have to go out of the world. And it's just, Paul said, I've got to eat with people who are idolaters, and if I don't, then I'll have to leave the world. So, that's the way we live. So the Lord understands that.
Does he mean die? Leave the world? What the fuck does leave the world mean?
I don't know.
Other than, I think he just means to eschew worldly, secular things.
That doesn't leave the world. Does not sound like that at all.
Well, the world. Well, sometimes when Christians talk about the world, they're talking about the secular, things outside the church.
The like the place we live.
Yeah, the actual
the place where things happen.
Well, I'm talking about outside the church.
Sometimes
when they say the world, worldly.
Otherwise known as reality.
Sometimes you got to leave the whole, reality world thing. You got to get out of that. Leave it behind.
Jesus Christ.
Like how they say live for the world or live for God or shit like that.
That doesn't even make sense because he's saying that if you if you can't I can't remember the way he worded it, but he was talking about leaving the world. That would be religion, because if the world is outside of religion, then leaving the world would be coming to religion, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You're trying to figure out Pat, dude. It's like at this hour, you're trying to figure Pat Robertson out.
I should just be paying attention to the angle of his ears.
I love how the tops just are like, nope.
Yeah, no, gravity winning. Gravity.
Quaid.
Start the reactor. Open your mind.
Open your mind.
Damn, he looks.
Okay, all right. If somebody wants to
almost
do
look like Golem a little bit.
If somebody wants to do one last Photoshop for us, put Pat Robertson's head on Quado in Total Recall, please. Jesus Christ, that would be beautiful. Oh God. But yeah, that's the show, everybody.
Thought you said it was a threefer.
But I changed it. It's a twofer. You're already over like 10 minutes, dude. I have to work early.
Oh, all right.
And I'm out of beer. So.
Cactopus was getting kind of preachy, so it ran over.
Yeah.
Really?
Got on this high horse.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm high.
that's what we call it.
Well, the horse is probably high too. So.
Whatever. If he's around
it's
here.
in the residual.
Dark matter. I'm gonna throw this out there. You still have time.
I know.
Time to get in on this Vegas trip for at least a night or two. Please don't disappoint us. We already got the rooms. The rooms have been like comped. It's been okayed. We've got our fucking plane tickets. We've already got rental cars. We're starting to make plans. All we need is a bald wingman.
Yep.
Oh, that's it, huh? You just want to attract chicks.
No.
I'm going to make you a shirt and make you wear it that says, I have 500,000 YouTube subscribers.
I'll get you that shirt that Aaron used to wear. It's the I'm famous, like below it says, like, on the internet.
Dude, seriously, though, you have a little bit of time. Please give it a little bit of effort, even if it's for a night or two. I know that I've already told you that we'll use some of our Patreon money.
Will? See, Trubonic strikes again. Will use.
Wheel sounds wrong. Will.
Yeah, because it is wrong. It's will, because that's Trubonics.
Anyway, we will. We will buy your fucking plane ticket, even though you're already super fucking rich and shit. We'll buy your plane ticket. You already have your hotel fucking dealt with. You're basically going out there for the price of whatever you eat and drink. And I'm pretty sure that people there will probably buy that for you too.
And that's a hell of a deal.
It's a hell of a deal. But you still have time, man. We got a little over a month. And then that, the window closes. So if you can make it happen, the invitation is still open and we would love to have you.
All right, but see, the only thing is I wouldn't be able to do it unless I can't do first class. I need like a private jet. Because
so you can talk to Satan.
Yeah, I mean, we have people here who could donate, right? Donate money.
Guys,
I can't do first class. I can't do the public transportation. Deal with people. There's the things I do. I can't.
If ever you wanted to donate,
if you can't handle first class, you're fucked because the ticket value would not be first class.
Dig a little deeper, everybody. Dig a little deeper. If ever there was a cause to donate for,
I'll tell you what. We're gonna take all the new pledges that we get tonight for Dark Matter's flight, and we're totally gonna keep it for ourselves.
Totally.
Dark Matter's not gonna come anyway because he's a little bitch.
Don't say that.
Oh,
it's true. I can already tell. He's like, no, man, I'm sorry, I can't come because. Insert I'm a little bitch excuse. It's all good, man.
Dark Matter's not like that, man. If you could make it,
that might have worked on me when I was 4.
No, it still works on you, man. That if the ball jokes work on you, this will work on you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would.
Still, it's basically you coming out there for free. So if you can make it happen, please do. We would like to have you out there. Yeah, I hear you're a cheap date anyway. Like 2 umbrella drinks and he's out.
Yeah, I pretty much that's true. Anus junkie.
Jesus.
Break out the goddamn. All right, one last one here.
Get them all out of your system. I'm still waiting for somebody to give us that Pat Robertson Quado.
I'm not even going to say this one. I'm just going to show everybody.
You're a fucking cunt fungus. That's a good one.
I think that's a good one to end the show on.
That's it.
See if I can fit that in the title.
God fungus. Yeah, so that is the show. Of course, as always, thanking Dark Matter for coming out, hanging out with us.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And
I always enjoy.
We're trying to show our appreciation by offering you a spot on this awesome goddamn once in a lifetime Vegas trip opportunity. Not going to come around often, you know.
Free trip to Vegas, man.
Trip to Vegas. Anyway, think about it. And until next time, we will see you next Tuesday.
Yep. Later.
Good night.